Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3 on my end. Then we're going to test on you, Cannon. Test.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test. Love baseball.
A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Has been reported. Now, we also have the thunderstorm out in the western portions of the listening area south of Brule. That warning goes till 7:15 Mountain Time. Still a possibility of ping-pong size hail with that thunderstorm as well, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So folks south of Ogallala, in and around the Grant area, should be paying attention. This storm generally is headed towards the Grant area off to the southeast. So we'll watch that one as well. But if you're in Grant, Madrid, Brandon, you'll want to be watching that storm as well as it heads generally in your direction. But we've got 3 different warnings in and around North Platte. In fact, a new warning that was just issued for Hershey We were just talking about that a second ago. They've now issued a warning for that storm that goes till 8:30, and they are again talking about huge hail. I thought it might be pretty large just looking at the radar here. They're saying tennis ball size hail with that particular thunderstorm and 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's going to head from Hershey straight to the south. Folks in and around Birdwood, Bailey Yard, and extreme western portions of North Platte, you may get round 2 of hail here in the next 30 minutes or so as this storm heads to the south. Once all these storms go through here, we're probably done for tonight, but we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that again goes until 10 o'clock this evening. This update has been brought to you by Lavander's Body Shop. You can head to our social media page, North Platte Post on Facebook, and see current radar imagery. And if you have any photos of any of the hail from this evening, as long as you're safe and you're not being hailed on, you picked up any of that hail, we'd love to see it. When you put those pictures on our social media page, let us know ballpark where you're from, where the photo was taken, so we can pass that along to the National Weather Service.
Welcome everybody here to, that's right.
Everybody here.
Oh, that's the wrong button there. Of course I messed it up here. Welcome everybody to Ogallala. We got some baseball action underway as the FNBO Nationals will be taking on the side of Ogallala, and well, I'm going to say the Indians, but their American Legion baseball team here in a second game of this series. The Nationals picked up the first victory of the season against Ogallala earlier this year to start the game, actually this Legion schedule, as that one is way up behind the back there from the side of Jaden Curtis. Ball number 1, if again you're just joining in here. Rain and thunder and lightning has been the name of the game here for today. But as we get ready to rock and roll, I'm joined though by a special guest. Cannon Rath joins me here today because we have a big special announcement. We will be covering Ogallala Districts and State for American Legion Baseball on Flat Rock 100.7 when that comes about. So Cannon's getting his feet a little wet here with his Ogallala team as Carson Johnson's now up to bat for the side of the Nationals after Caden Johnson walked on the first plate appearance.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought he walked earlier because I thought it was ball 4, but one more pitch. It was above the catcher's head and went right into the backstop, and there drew the walk there.
Still happens. Well, it doesn't matter how you get there. You know, you still did it. As there goes Johnson, and the drop ball on the side of the catcher, Ian Shaw, for the side of Ogallala's. Johnson makes his way over to second. Let's get into our starting lineups here, presented by Double Dips Ice Creamery. I know, can you believe that? So we'll start on the side of the Ogallala American Legion baseball team. Jaden Curtis will be pitching today, leading off with Caden Rezak in the 2-hole in center field. Ian Shaw catching. Then it's Aiden Halligan with Max Mueller, Colton Knipsel, Cole Stokey, Blake Robb, and then Michael Redden. And, of course, for your FNBO Nationals, Caden Johnson, Carson Johnson, Jack Polk, Carter Kelly, Tristan Byer, Andrew Brocious, Ty Hannaborg, Blaze Zeiler, and Easton Jones. Nope, Jones' knee is still recovering, but he is going to get one at-bat today as kind of like a thank you for being so persistent throughout this year. And Jordan Yonkers is on the mound today for the FNBO Nationals with now a 3-1 count into Carson Johnson.
Yeah, Curtis here, he's trying to establish that fastball, but he's been kind of over high inside twice, so he's trying to get that fastball established.
As that one once more, too tight inside, but still out for ball number 4. That's now the second walk to lead off this ball game for Ogallala Nationals, and Ogallala having a very, very impressive season. 18-7 on the year for Ogallala, 28-18 for your FNBO. Well, actually, correction, should be 29-18 for your FNBO Nationals here. As this just makes for today's game even better with how they're playing. But the Nationals overall having this fantastic year. Correction, 28-18, 10 games above 500. 2 runners on, double steal with a bunt from Jack Polk. It looks beautiful to first. It gets over the head, so 1 run will score for the FNBO Nationals. Here comes Carson Johnson. He's being waved all the way home, and that is 2 quick runs coming across on the side of the Nationals after a beautiful bunt being laid down on the side of one Jack Polk. And just like that, we're already out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis, when he got that, he he was trying to figure out where to throw the ball. He initially did a quick turn to third, but Johnson was already there, did the first. The ball actually went out of play, so the umpire did award second for Polk on that one. So that's kind of where we're at.
So now Carter Kelly comes up to bat with Jack Polk at second. He gets away from the catcher, Ian Shaw, and now just like that, Jack Polk makes his way over to third. The Nationals early on here in this ball game already threatening to score yet again and maybe go up 3-0 before they get the first out.
Last time these two teams, with me being new, Paxton kind of filling me in, it sounded like the last time these two teams, when I believe it was Ogallala that went up 3-0.
It was the complete other way.
It was the opposite. Now North Platte's going to try to strike at 3. I mean, it's already 2-0 in the top of the first. No outs here for Carter Kelly.
Carter Kelly again in this scoring situation has been very good as he drives that to deep left field. It's going, and it will fall foul down the third base, left field side. So that'll be strike number 1. It's a 1-1 count to Kelly now. Inside
fastball, Kelly ripped it down the line, and from our angle there, it's a little hard to see, but from the projected that ball and where that fielder was he was trying to play, it looked like, it's hard to see at the dugout, but it was probably close to that line, just by kind of where the left fielder there played that ball for Ogallala. As we're at, again, a 1-1 count from Jaden Curtis to Carter Kelly. Jack Polk's at third base, threatening to score for the Nationals. Currently 2-0. That's down in the dirt. It gets away from Shaw, but Polk will not make the trek on over home, so we'll still stay at 2-1 the count to, again, the Carter Kelly who's playing third base today. Yeah, it was one of those. It was a good job there. It hit the dirt and bounced to the outside, and Ian Shaw tracked that one down. Curtis was coming down, so it had been a close bang-bang play at the plate, but I think it was a good awareness there to stay at the third. 2-1 is turned on. Slow chopper on over to short. That'll score 1 run, and Kelly, just barely won't make it to first. So with that, a sacrifice ground down on the side of Carter Kelly, but you'll take that either which way as the Nationals will score another run, and heck, we're already up 3-0 here in this top of the first, and only 1 out on the board. 1 out here in the contest. You had just tuning in, you started the game on a walk, and then I believe the second one was a walk as well. Then you had the air on that one from Curtis, and now you got 2 runs to score off the air on that air from Curtis, and nice, just like you said, sacrifice grounder there for Kelly. As now Tristan Byer comes up, and he'll drive that in past the shortstop's glove there of Aiden Halligan, and that is a 1-out base hit, another hit for the Nationals as Tristan Byer gets on a 1-pitch, 1-hit swinging, and Nationals once again are in business with Andrew Brocious now coming up to bat. As time's going to be called here. As well, Ty Robinson's now going to come out. We're going to get some extra balls in for our home plate umpire. It's just another one of those inside pitches and just ripped it down the line there for Tristan Byer. With the left, my apologies, righty on righty, a lot of time the right-handed pitchers, they like to attack inside because inside can be tough, and Byer just ripped it. Pickoff attempt to Tristan Byer. Again, the Nationals got some really, really fast ball players on the base pads all the time. Brocious, another one of those players currently up to bat. Ty Hanneborg's on deck, and Blaze Zeiler he tried to lay the bunt down. These next 4 batters for the Nationals are some of the fastest on the team. Byer, Brocious, Hanneborg, Zeiler as well. Again, Zeiler normally known for the steal. He broke the steal record last year for the FNBO Nationals before this year, unfortunately, having that hand injury that put him out for a good chunk of the season. Currently, it is an 0-1 count into 1. Andrew Brocious will make that 1-1 as that's down in the dirt. 1-1 now the count with 1 down. Byer on over at first. Yeah, one of the hard parts is once you go down early in the contest, 3-0, you can definitely tell Curtis on the mound here. It kind of rattled him a bit, but he's trying to find his groove, and he's just been kind of all over low and inside. Well, we're going to say that again. Brocious take a swing on a pitch that was way in the dirt for strike number 2 as the runner goes. Again, they're trying to do the hit and steal. Yep. That's kind of been the thing the Nationals have been working on the last couple of weeks, but that time didn't work too well. It was a no-doubter of a ball, but now it's a 1-2 count. Hit and run, that's what they're trying to do. You got the swings. A lot of times if you miss it, it'll still distract that catcher in that back, but Shaw did a good job playing that one. So, again, on the mound, Jaden Curtis taking on now Andrew Brocious, 1-2 count. Brocious trying to get out a little bit of a hitting slump right now. What a good time to do so. That is low and tight. Ball 2 to Brocious. Yeah, for Brocious there, it was an inside pitch. He actually did a really good job. He stepped back on it, but he waited until that ball was pretty much where around the area where that knee was, then to step back, because a lot of times it's harder to frame those type of pitches, so it was a great job there from Brocious to step back at the right place.
2-2 delivery. That is way up and away from Curtis. Slipped out of his hand there, so is 3-1, and, Brocious probably kicking himself after taking that swing because, man, he would have walked his way on over to first at this pitch.
Yeah, Curtis, he was trying to throw a curveball, and that release point, it looked like when he was going up, it slipped out of his hand.
Those so tough curveballs these for this type of level, as that is low and away, ball 4. So again, still happens that Andrew Brocious gets on, and now we're probably looking at another situation with a double steal threat with, again, one Ty Hanneborg up to bat. We're going to have a courtesy runner race Morkey for Tristan Byer. Hey, how about Ty Hanneborg at the Hastings Kearney tournament? 3 hits on the tournament as a whole, for the young guy who's been a utility guy that hasn't really gotten many at-bats, for him to produce at that level and really be a Gold Glove level player at second base defensively is so crucial, and yet again, getting the start here.
Yeah, I mean, that Kearney Hastings tournament, they went up against some great teams in this past weekend for North Platte.
As he swings, he drives out into the left field. Another hit for Ty Hanneborg. They're going to be bringing Morkey on home. Here he comes. The throw is going to get past Ian Shaw. So with that, Ty Hanneborg's single turns into him making it to second. But another hit for the young Ty Hanneborg. He is absolutely tearing it up on the base pads. Absolutely love what I've been seeing from Hanneborg in this last, 4 or 5 game stretch. He's seeing the ball oh so well, and now the Nationals lead in this one 4-0 in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, I mean, he just ripped it between the shortstop and the third baseman. It was a perfectly placed ball right down the line, and, you got the speed, and you came around and scored. So great job there for FNBO Nationals here. 4-0 to start this first inning.
As Blaze Zeiler now come up to bat, Jaden Curtis really struggling to find any good placement of his pitches. And yet again, a scary situation because the undoubted fastest player on North Platte is here up to bat. So if you get him on the base pads, you're looking for some trouble. His scoring position, Brocious at third, Hanneborg at second. That pitch, I say, of course, he was struggling to find his zone. He bounces right one back in the middle.
Yeah, that was one there. That was just right down the pipe there from Jaden Curtis, and you got to kind of get in that groove. And like I mentioned, once you go down early, it can always be tough to get out of that groove.
That pitch way up in the zone, 2-1 the count now to Zeiler.
Pretty, I would say, on that one, it was kind of a quick pitch there for Curtis. He came set and threw it right away, waited a second, but I think with Curtis here, quick pitch, I think you just got to stay in your groove.
2-1. Here's the pitch on the way. Turned on, but foul down the third base side. So we're going to set it back at the pitcher's favorite count, 2-2.
It's a beautiful day here in Ogallala. I know the folks back home, and they're dealing with some weather.
Who knows about beautiful day back in North Platte at the moment?
We got sun here, at least.
I love to see a beautiful day for baseball. And some umpires. If you remember last year, this game kind of had to be postponed and canceled. Well, canceled essentially as that skied up on over. Curtis, was going to get under it, but they're going to actually call it on Colton Knipsel on over at first to glove it for out number 2. But if you remember again, last year the Nationals didn't play ball because the umpires weren't here. And how about this story? Again, up to bat, Easton Jones tore his knee up earlier in the season. Well, before the games even began, he tore up his other knee. So head coach Ricky Holmes giving him kind of a courtesy at bat to kind of just thank him for being such a warrior through all of this. And, man, wouldn't it be something? Oh, it gets past the glove of, once again, Ian Shaw. That was flied up over Shaw's head. And because of that, it's now 5-0 in favor of the Nationals. Another pitch that just came out of the glove, or the pitching hand awkwardly of Jaden Curtis.
I think the hardest thing is I'm kind of looking, I think Curtis is trying to, the fastball's not working. He's trying to establish an off-speed game, but it's his release point. It's just that's what's messing with him on the mound.
It's 5-0 here in the first, and that pitch tight inside. That's ball 2 to Easton Jones. Again, he tore his ACL, I believe, before the games even started in his other knee after tearing it last year after the first game. And then this year finally getting his first at-bat. See if he can bring a run home. He turns on one. It's going to left field. Is this gone? Unbelievable. It is. Easton Jones on the one at-bat of the season. Hits a home run to left field. Are you kidding me? What a a story this is! Easton Jones tearing his ACL and then coming in for his lone at-bat of this season, smashes one to left field. It's now 7-0 in favor of the Nationals. You cannot write a better story.
Just ripped it down that left field line. I mean, the second it came off the bat, very beautiful. The folks who came from North Platte, they all knew it. They stood up and clapped, and great opportunity to smash it down the left field line. And if I'm a kid chasing that ball down, that's one you want to give up and give back to the batter. Great job there from Easton Jones.
I just can't believe it. Coming in for his one at-bat today as a thank you for such a tough season, and he smashes it to left field for a home run. Unbelievable. It's 7-0 here in the first inning for the Nationals, picking up right where they left off over this weekend, where they went 3-1 in the Hastings-Kearney tournament, and now are on track to Wallygaggle poor Ogallala here at home.
Man, what a hit.
As it's now a 2-1 count into... It's 2-1 on this count here with Caden Johnson up to bat now for the Nationals. You can just not... I am in just utter shock and awe as Johnson fouls that one off down the left, or excuse me, the third base side. You couldn't have written a better story. This is like writer's level material here.
I mean, he just ripped it. It was just a good pitch inside, and
and that's going to hit Jones. Joni right on the back of the leg, so he's going to make his way on over to first. And now the question's going to begin: are we going to start seeing some action in the bullpen for Ogallala?
Yeah, that's the question here. Is how many arms have they gone through? What do they have available? There's a couple on the bench. We're kind of at that angle where you really can't see their bullpen, and I'm assuming it's going to be over where their batting cage is. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone walked over there, but the head coach, Benson for Ogallala, is standing up watching.
So it's with Caden Johnson on over at first. Carson Johnson now up to bat. He walked in his first plate appearance for the Nationals. Hey, we're still here in this top of the first inning. Can you believe that? I can't. And it's 7-0 in favor of this Nationals squad. With Johnson on over at first, he's ready to steal if possible. At off speed, though, off the mark from Curtis once more. Now here comes head coach Ty Benson to have a chat with his pitcher, Jaden Curtis, man, who's just having a tough game here in this start. 23 balls, 16 strikes, a total of 39 pitches.
And that is going to be Curtis's day. He flicked the ball, so we're going to see a new pitcher coming in here for Ogallala.
It looks like it's going to be Cole Stokey is going to be taking over for Curtis. So Stokey, the second baseman, going to come in relatively cold. Not really getting many warm-up pitches, but it had to have been a change at some point. You got to do it. Even with two down here in this inning, the runs have just been piling on for the Nationals. That something needed to change, and it wasn't look like that Curtis was going to find the mojo to keep it back.
No, I mean, this sometimes, if you're Ogallala's head coach Ty Benson, this is where you come in saying, hey, maybe we got to get a change. 7-0 the score. I mean, like you told me the history in the first game, and it was 3-0 Ogallala. Well, in that first game, North Platte said, we're not going to have a repeat. We're going to do something our own, plus add some more damage. I mean, we're already going through the lineup, and
we could continue on going through this lineup at this point, but
I got 11 spots on my sheet.
Yeah, we might be running out. I might be running out of those 11 spots at the rate this is going, but this is exactly what the Nationals have been looking for. Again, they really were on it in terms of their play, pitching-wise and hitting-wise in this Kearney-Hastings tournament. Had potentially 4 complete games that were just kind of fell apart. 3 of them fell apart in the top of the 7th inning, but the fact that they were able to do that and then come here immediately after that and just pick up right where they left off and now put 7 in the first here against Ogallala, who, mind you, is still a strong team here in Class B. They're 17-8 on the year.
This is a team that's can win their district next week.
Yes, as that next pitch from the new pitcher, Cole Stokey, is there for strike number 1. It's 2-1 the count now. With 2 down, Jones not over at first base. Johnson up the bat. He just himself is trying to get out of kind of a little slump. Is Joey going to go on over to second, and he'll be tagged down. And just like that, that inning will come to an end. But not before 7 runs came across for the FNBO Nationals here in this inning. We will now step aside and take a break. When we come back, it will be bottom of the first inning here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Drew is enjoying the new ice cream sandwich from Runza.
I like to call it a cookie hugwich. Huh? Because it's really just 2 fresh-baked chocolate chip cookies giving some chocolate vanilla twist ice cream a hug.
Oh.
Like the ice cream got a little sad. The cookies were like, "Oh, come here, buddy."
Well, that is adorable. Try Runza's new ice cream sandwich today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Are you ready to make a lasting impression? It's time to embrace distinction and stand out from the crowd. Willow Creek Embroidery, your go-to destination for exceptional personalization. They specialize in awards and trophies. Whether you're recognizing achievements in sports, academics, or business, they have a wide selection to honor the best of the best. Visit them today at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. Discover the exceptional personalization that sets you apart. Willow Creek Embroidery in North Platte.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Ogallala. We're going to start this off here. It is 7-0 in the bottom of the first inning. And this is now Ogallala's chance to come up. That just tells you how crazy of an opening to this game we just had. And it all was capped off by an emotional moment as Easton Jones, who again comes on and tore his other knee up to start this season. He tore his knee last year and then tore his other one up to start this year. Comes on for his lone at-bat of the year and puts a no-doubter to left field, and the Nationals now lead 7-0 with Jaden Curtis up to bat against the young Jordan Yonkers getting the start here today in this. Actually, this is the last game of the season for the Nationals as they canceled the shattering game that's coming up on Wednesday. So Curtis again now has to, after unfortunately giving up those 7 runs, now got to do it on the other side, hitting the baseball against young Jordan Yonkers. Haven't seen much of him in terms of overall pitching. Been a really good depth bench piece for the Nationals when called upon, but had that one game against McCook where he came on in the 5th inning, and just absolutely put him up. 6 up, 6 down is how he did as he finds his zone for strike number 1.
Yeah, and for Yonkers here, your key to this one is going back to that first inning, Jaden Curtis just cannot find his movement with the ball. So for Yonkers, it's like you gotta these first batters, so you want to establish your fastball and off speeds.
As that one is swung on there by Curtis for strike 2, and that's kind of been the thing for Yonkers this year is he's been really good in terms of finding his zone. And that's really, in the times that I've seen Yonkers pitch, his best attribute is he's been able to really control where the ball's going to go and really just kind of toy with the hitter. With the 1-2, pops sky high on over to Ty Hanneborg at second base. He's going to get under it, still going, but actually called upon by Katie Johnson, and he'll get under it and glove it for the first out of this inning.
And that there was a great communication. I mean, for Johnson in that center field, I mean, that was one of those balls where it wasn't hit hard. It just flew straight up. So for the center fielder, Johnson, I mean, I've seen a few games I've seen this season. He's got the speed, and I mean, he's playing not terribly deep, but he's playing good out there. And he used to speed. That was caught right about the edge of the grass.
Nationals were kind of pinched outfield where right and left field are kind of pinched closer to center as the next pitch is going to find its way in against Caden Rezac. Fourth side of Ogallala. It's 7-0 in favor of the FNBO National squad, only in the bottom of the first inning.
Good start for North Platte there, though.
Now it's kind of going to finish the rest of the way as that one is fouled right back to our fence line for strike 2. Yours, as we talked about earlier this year, Nationals took on Ogallala at home fell 3-0 in the first couple innings, but were able to bounce back and win 4-3. But now a much more comfortable 7-0 lead here in this bottom of the first.
100% comfortable lead here for FNBO Nationals, and you got to like where you're at.
0-2. Chopper is going to get right past. Oh, Yonkers gloved it. Can he get it to first in time? Oh, it's going to pull Johnson off the bag. So with that, Rizak will get on base as it pulled Johnson off, but Yonkers, again, young guy making a little bit of a mistake, throwing it to first, pulled Carson Johnson off the bag, and with that, Caden Rizak will get on base.
Yeah, just one of those. It was a chopper up the middle, and Johnson's a righty, so he had to lean across his body, and it hit the glove, dropped down, and that quick turnaround. I mean, usually your first 3-4 hitters, okay, usually your first hitter, usually speedy hitter, so it was a tough one at the first base there.
So Rizak's at first now with Ian Shaw up to bat with one out here in the bottom of the first. He's going to line that one on over, and to left it gets down in front of Brocious for a base hit, and now there's another runner on the base paths for Ogallala. It's Ian Shaw, so 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, it's going to bring up Aiden Halligan here. He's your cleanup hitter. So you kind of, usually your cleanup hitter, it's your 4 or 5 or your dangerous ones. I mean, the young man here has no batting gloves on. He's the cleanup hitter. Usually it's a lot of times your dangerous side.
I was going to say, you see a guy walk up here with no gloves, and you think the scariest of thoughts. But 2 runners are on with 1 out here in this bottom of the first inning. It's Aiden Halligan, the shortstop in today's game, going up against Jordan Yonkers, looking to take a deep breath and find that second out here. First pitch. That's going to be down low at the knees, but it's in there for strike number 1.
Yeah, nice job there from Yonkers. It was a pitch down low. The angle's kind of tough. It was kind of more on the inside middle play, but right at the knee levels where it dropped right across the plate into the catcher's mitt. As
Yonkers going to shake off a couple of pitches and find the one that he likes, he'll now set for his 0-1 pitch. That's right at the lettering, but we're going to say it's too high. Ball number 1, 1-1, though. Much better in terms of the pitching control seeing here from Yonkers than Jaden Curtis to start the game.
You know, you got Caden Rizak standing on second. One thing is Yonkers actually is not looking back at the second base. My apologies. Can't talk. There's the quick.
You just say that. He does it. The 1-1's on the way. That's down low, ball 2. So it's 2-1 the count from Yonkers. Again, that's one of the things I love about Yonkers is he's got really good control for his age. You know, he's not one of those pitchers where you'll see a couple in the zone that are really good and then one way outside. They're always going to be consistently placed around the plate, but with not too much true velocity to him. More of a controlled type pitcher. As a 2-1 count is where we sit. 2 runners on for Ogallala. That's in there. Strike number 2 coming back with the heater.
2-2 count here. We got 2 runners on bag. So far, you've seen it. Halligan kind of wait on that fastball. I honestly would throw a high fastball.
I'm thinking off speed here to get him swinging with a 2-2 count. So we'll see who's right here as Yonkers likes the pitch. He gets in from Tristan Byer. Glances at second. And now goes again. There's that off speed. It's in there. Strike number 3. Down goes Halligan swinging. And just like that, there are 2 outs here in this bottom of the first. Still 1 runner in scoring position, Rizak at second, and then Ian Shaw at first to bring up Max Mueller.
The second he came through, I'm like, yep, I just lost that one. The second that hand was coming through,
I knew it was going.
I was like, yep, I just lost that 50-50 fastball off speed bet.
So Nationals leading 7-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. 7 runs on 4 hits, no errors. As the next pitch from 1, Jordan Yonkers is swung on and missed for strike 1. As the runner Rizak going to take off here on the late steal and successfully make his way over.
Yeah, it was one of those where, late steal there. Byer just kind of hit the glove, and it was kind of one of those jogging up. Well, Rizak saw, was like, hey, if you're going to take a slow approach, we'll just lightning speed down to the third base bag there.
So 0-1 now with 2 down. Max Mueller up to bat. Runner in scoring position. Rizak at third. Nationals and Yonkers would love to get out of this inning without allowing 1 run to come across. Ian Shaw is still at first base as the 0-1. That's going to be too low below the knees, so it's now 1-1 the count. Hey, thank you to our sponsors here for today's game. Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, alongside Al's Lock and Safe, securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. The 1-1 count comes from Yonkers. That one fouled right off the bat of Mueller, so now it's a 1-2 count.
Yeah, just one of those where it was hit the tip of the barrel, came straight back to kind of where we're at. Paxton could have grounded that one.
I could have gotten that one maybe. So 1-2 with 2 down here for Jordan Yonkers, who's having himself a really strong first inning here, and normally people love to see a strong first inning because that sets the tone for the rest of the game, as we've already saw from Jaden Curtis giving up 7 runs. Yonkers so far has yet to put one across. The 1-2. That one going to be driven. Oh, into center field. I just had to say it, didn't I? And just like that, the runner comes home. And now it's a 7-1 lead in still favor of the Nationals. Just barely over the outreach glove of Jack Polk. If, man, he had maybe 2 more inches, 3 more inches on him, he would have gotten that out.
Yeah, I mean, that's sometimes the downfall when, and it was one of those pitches where for Max Mueller, it wasn't a full swing through. It was kind of a quick half swing, and it was just enough to get over, the shortstop's head there.
So up to bat now, Colton Knipsel. First baseman will be taking up charge with 2 runners on and 2 down. That pitch, though, low in the dirt. Ball number 1 from Yonkers. That's probably the first pitch we've seen from Jordan Yonkers in the dirt.
Yeah, he's been keeping it low, but it's low enough to where the your hitters are swinging at, or it's just catching the knees for a strike. That's, like you said, that's the first one that's been down in the dirt.
1-0 count to Knipsel, falling Knipsel, Cole Stokey, then Blake Robb, as that one is fouled off on the off-speed for strike number 1. It's a 1-1 count now. Ball, again, following Knipsel, Cole Stokey, 7, and then Blake Robb, the 8-hole hitter in the hole.
So, yeah, I mean, North Platte puts up 7 at first, but Ogallala, they're putting some base runners on. They're hitting the ball, so it's like they're trying to say, hey, we can compete as well. But if you're North Platte, you like where you're at right now.
7-1 is the lead, so yeah, you would like where you're at right now. 1-1 the count from Yonkers to Knipsel, as he finally likes the sign from Beyer and delivers. Right in there, strike 2. Another great pitch from the young Jordan Yonkers. Up to 20 so far here in this first inning, but 15 strikes and 5 balls. That's a very good distribution.
Very, very good. 15 balls, or my apologies, 15 strikes, and you said 5 balls correct. That is very good. It's showing you're consistent of throwing the strike, and we've seen a lot of first pitch strikes to each hitter we've seen so far in this bottom half of the first.
Love to find that final strike and that final out right here, but time's going to be called as Knipsel will take a little bit of a breather to refocus in. Again, 7-1's the lead for the FNBO Nationals here in this bottom of the first. I can't believe it. Yonkers 1-2, again, likes the sign that time from Tristan Beyer as he gets set, glances at second, and delivers. Swing and a miss. Down goes Knipsel. There is the second strikeout of this game for one Jordan Yonkers. We're now heading to the top of the second. It's a 7-1 ball game for the FNBO Nationals. When we return here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. North Platte Post.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup Preschool or Kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Welcome back here to Ogallala. It's currently a 7-1 ball game with the FNBO Nationals up over the Ogallala American Legion baseball team. Hey, thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group, helping Nebraska families and farmers and businesses for more than 50 years, as well as Midwest ATV. Farmers and ranchers, now is the time to get your ATVs and UTVs scheduled with Midwest ATV. Carson Johnson's up to bat once again after Caden Johnson got caught stealing in the bottom of the first inning, as there's a big swing and a miss from Johnson. So he'll get another time to face up against Cole Stokey, who took over for Jaden Curtis in this game, who gave up those 7 runs in the top of the first. With that, now 1-1 on the way. Outside, ball 2.
Last time we saw Carson Johnson at the plate, drew, I believe, a 4 or 5 pitch walk, got down, and then that's kind of where everything went around for the scoring.
2-1 the count now from Cole Stokey. Another one that's too high, ball 3. It's 3-1 the count now. And Nationals leading 7-1, exploding for those 7 runs in the first inning. 3-1, way upstairs. There's ball 4. We might be talking about a whole new area code with that pitch, and put it next to the area codes that came from the side of Jaden Curtis. We might be creating a whole new county. At this point, 7-1 is the lead, and here comes Jack Polk. He got on with a bunt in his first at-bat to not only advance the runners, but also scored a run following a mistake and an error on the side of Ogallala, as that pitch is in there for strike number 1. 0-1 now. Got on over at first, Carson Johnson, Carter Kelly on deck, and Tristan Byer in the hole. As the 0-1, that one going to find its way back in. There's good 2 bounce-back pitches following the walk on the side of Cole Stokey. It's now an 0-2 count with nobody out.
Yeah, 0-2 count here, so for Stokey, I mean, you got pitches to play with here, but fastball's been working in for him so far.
0-2. Oh, that is just above the lettering there. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count now.
Yeah, that one just right above the logo on the FNBO jersey when it dropped down that catcher's mitt.
1-2. Runner goes. The throw on over to second is going to be there almost. It would have been in plenty of time, but Johnson stumbles and rolls his way on into second. The ball thrown from Ian Shaw gets into the outfield, so there's a successful stolen base, even if it was a little bit of a little funny with Johnson tripping up a little bit and rolling his way into second.
It's not fun tripping. I have tripped a few times stealing second, and I got thrown out once, and it was a costly thrown out, I can tell you that.
2-2 the count to Jack Polk with a runner in scoring position at second being Carson Johnston. Stokey's pitch in the zone there's a good foul off from Polk to keep the at-bat alive once more at 2-2.
Yeah, for Polk there, I mean, he's got in that situation, it's a 2-2 count, just battling alive at the plate. That was a great job there, just keep the at-bat alive.
So once again, we'll try the payoff 2-2 from Cole Stokey, as he'll take a glance back at Johnson and deliver. Pop sky high on over to right center. Getting under it is going to be Michael Redden, but gloved up on the side of Caden Rezac. And there's out number 1 of this inning, top of the second.
Yeah, flew out there. I mean, Rezac, it was kind of weird looking. I mean, you just see one outfielder run the other one, but Caden Rezac comes away with the catch on that one. And that was one of those other ones where it was just hit straight up in the air and just had a lot of hang time.
So now up to bat comes Carter Kelly. He grounded out to Aiden Halligan at short in his first plate appearance, but did drive a run home with that at-bat, give the Nationals the lead, which now exploded up to 7 as Johnson's going to, well, I won't say slide his way in, but take a little bit of a slow waltz in, and he'll successfully steal third, and that's yet again another stolen base for the Nationals.
I think if you're North Platte, you steal third. You got Ian Shaw's a left-handed. That's going to be a quick, awkward turn.
As that pitch is down low for ball number 1. Again, Carter Kelly trying to go with the hit and steal. Swung and missed, but it doesn't matter as Johnson made his way into third pretty easily.
Finish my thought quick. But going to third, I mean, with Shaw, he's got a quick turn. He got a right-handed batter most times, so it's tough to try to steal third.
As that one is slowly grounded down the third base side, but it's going to just barely sneak out foul. It's now 1-2 to count to Carter Kelly at 39. You talk about it, it's so tough to, of course, the right-handed batter's got to move out the way at the same time, so you kind of got to wait for him to move and then make your throw as a left-handed catcher on over to third. As it's a 1-2 count from Stokey. Turned on, that might get into center. Oh, out of the glove of Halligan, so Carter Kelly will make his way on over to first, and another run comes across for the Nationals. The lead now extends itself 8-1 here in this top of the second.
Yeah, on that one there, I mean, Aiden Halligan, nice stop. He kept the ball, at least in the infield, but it was just one of those, hard time to quick grab and get it down, shoot it down the first. But Carter Kelly, from the few times I've seen him play, I mean, he's a tall young man, but he can run.
He can run. The big man's got some wheels when it starts to get rolling down the track. As Race Morkey will now check in, so there's a steal threat on the base pads for the Nationals. Tristan Byer up to bat. He got one into left field past the outreach glove of Aiden Halligan last time, so we'll see what he can do. His timing's going to be called as the home plate umpire wasn't ready, and now he's ready. Following Byer, Andrew Brocious, and then Ty Hanneborg, who's in the hole. Morkey at first. Check swing, but that's going to fall in for strike number 1 to Byer around the lettering. It's now 0-1 the count.
Hey, it's nothing wrong taking the first one. Just kind of get the groove. I mean, you know, for Byer, this is a different pitcher he's seen in the first time around.
Turns on it and will foul it sky high right behind me. So now we're 0-2 in the hole here for the catcher, Tristan Byer. Again, got already one hit on the day. Would love to make it 2 here in this top of the second inning. 8-1 the lead for the Nationals here over Ogallala. Cole Stokey glances and delivers. Turned on, and it's going to bounce just yet again, barely foul on the third base side. So we're once more going to stretch it back to 0-2.
Yeah, North Platte, they've really liked to drive it down the third base line, but you can actually see where that ball was just to the left of the bag. I mean, you can see the dirt come up right as it hit the ground there, just missed it.
0-2, Race Morkey on over at first. The pitch, that's way outside the zone. Ball number 1, it's a 1-2 count. As the wind's picking up, which you like to see after a really hot 94-degree day today.
It's been a beautiful day, though. I like heat. That's weird.
Yeah, wait, I don't like that. I don't like heat. 1-2, popped once more, just barely getting his bat on the ball there and fouls it off as Morkey was rolling down the tracks to second, but he'll have to stroll back here with yet again a 1-2 count for the Nationals.
Yeah, 1-2 count. For Cole, Stuckey here, or Stokey, my apologies. You got a lot to play with, but so far early on, his fastball has been developed well. I mean, that's kind of what you got to say. But again, you got pitches to play with.
Stokey will step off, and that'll get Morkey on back. 1-2 the count, 1 down. Byer still at the plate, been working off some pitches from Cole Stokey. Oh, that one just right around the lettering, but they're going to call it ball. There's ball 2-2 the count. That one mighty close.
That one just missed. That's the best way of describing that one. Just missed the spot there.
2-2. Oh, swing and a miss from Byer. He'll go down on strikes. There's the first strikeout of this ball game for Cole Stokey in the second out of this inning to now bring up Andrew Brocious. He walked in his first plate appearance. Of course, later scored for the Nationals. Would love to keep the inning alive and continue the scoring for this squad. Currently sitting 8-1 here in this top of the second inning.
Yeah, top of the second. I mean, obviously, Ogallala learned from that first inning and keep it close in the second.
Oh, nice bunt laid down by Brocious, but it just barely falls foul. And with that, strike number 1. That was absolutely beautiful, but just took a couple of bad bounces and strolled down the third base side foul. So it's an 0-1 count. Morkey still at second. Probably only going to keep going on hit and run type attempts, but Brocious looking to get out of a little bit of a hitting funk that we've seen the last couple of weeks. He started the part of June with consecutive back-to-back good hits. That throw from the side of Ian Shaw will not get into second on time as it was really high up to Halligan. He really had to fall down to try and get Morkey. Couldn't do so, and that's a stolen base from the youngster.
Yeah, watching Shaw, he's been getting the ball down well this second. The only thing I've noticed is that it's high. If he can just get a little bit lower.
1-1 will sneak in for strike 2. As I was saying, Brocious had a stretch in June where he was just having game after game of multiple 2-3 hit portions. And so far here in the late parts of June and early July, just struggling to find his momentum again as he swings and chops that foul and caught by one of the police officers that's made his way here into this game. Once more staying at 1-2.
He does a great job. He just great awareness, put the 2 hands up. Snag the one there.
Following Brocious, Ty Hanneborg, and then Blake Zeiler for the Nationals. So still some speed on the base pads if Brocious can get on with 2 down. 1-2 from Stokey. His delivery low and outside. There's ball 2. It's 2-2 now.
That was a great place to throw the ball. Excuse me there. For Andrew Brocious, you saw he leaned on it or inside like that to try. It was a close one. I really think that could have gone either or.
2-2, way up in the zone. There's ball 3. So Brocious, after starting in the hole, now has worked his way back to a full count. It's 3-2. He's looking for his second walk of the day. Then Hanneborg's up on deck. Within the hole being Blaze Zeiler. Pickoff attempt. Going to get it on over to Halligan, but Morkey will get back in plenty of time. Still 3-2 at 2 down.
Yeah, that pickoff attempt, it was, Halligan, I don't think anyone really knew what was going on.
3-2. Oh, swing and a miss from Barocious on a pitch that was outside. There's the second strikeout for Cole Stokey, and we now are going to head to the bottom of the second inning. Nationals still leading this one by a much comfortable margin. 8-2-1 when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. Post.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. With beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views, River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Ogallala. The Nationals currently at the moment leading here in the bottom of the second inning, 8-2-1. 8 runs on 5 hits, no errors. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error on the side of Ogallala. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. That will, of course, be Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Alongside Clear Focus Eye Care. Clear Focus Eye Care specializing in preventative eye care, dry eye treatment, and vision therapy. Schedule your appointment here today. Cole Stokey is now up to bat here for the side of Ogallala. He's also on the mound taking over for Jaden Curtis as Yonkers' first pitch is too high to Stokey for ball number 1.
Yeah, Stokey's first plate appearance going on the mound so far, came in relief, having 2 strikeouts in about 1 1/3 inning he's seen so far.
The 1-0 pitch from Yonkers. Ooh, that's going to sneak away there from the catcher Tristan Byer. It's 2-0 now. Following Stokey, Blake Robb, and then Michael Redden as out comes the experienced catcher in Tristan Byer to talk with his young pitcher. And Jordan Yonkers loved the experience level to help Yonkers with Tristan Byer, the probably, again, is the more experienced catcher besides Ian McIntyre, who's, again, freshman in high school this year. 2-0 the count, as here comes Yonkers' delivery. Oh, my good heavens, that's going to bounce right off the bat instead of the head, thank heavens, but that's ball number, that should be ball 3, and it is going to be ball 3. 3-0 the count now.
Yeah, one of the scariest things is when you have a inside fastball coming in like that. Good for for Stokey. Good job to get the head out of the way just in time.
3-0. Off speed behind the head of Stokey. So that's a 4-pitch walk. And on over to first is going to go Cole Stokey for the side of Ogallala, with Blake Robb now up to bat for Ogallala here. Following Robb, Redden, and then back to the top of the order with Jaden Curtis. So Yonkers, after a pretty strong first inning, coming here with a 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the second. Still a pretty easy, comfortable lead for the Nationals, 8-1, but a runner in on the base paths for Ogallala. First pitch to Robb. That one popped up on a little bit of a hanger, and there is Jack Bolt to get under it for the first out of this inning. Good bounce back from the side of Jordan Yonkers. First pitch, first swing, first out.
Yeah, just one of those where made the contact, but kept it down there, and a great job there, I believe, on that one was Jordan Polk with the catch there, and just Jack Polk, my apology, tracked that one down with an easy snag.
Michael Redden, his first at-bats today here in right field, will be taking the swing. Still Stokey at first for Ogallala. As Yonkers pitch yet another one behind the head, this time of Redden. Ball number 1. So 1-0 with 1 down here. Runner again on the base paths, but in play for a double play if it's grounded on to the infield. As Yonkers gets the sign from Byer, his 1-0 pitch on the way. That one swung on, but fouled down the third base side. We're sitting at 1-1.
Third base side is where you're going to see the most foul ball territory, it seems like today. Just like to rip it down the line, but I mean, they're doing every hitter for both teams. They're doing their part. They're recognizing that inside fastball, try to rip it down the line, but just a little too early in the contact, seeing it go foul.
1-1 once again, one out here. Stokey at first as Yonkers delivers. That one swung on and missed. Redden swinging, and just like that, it's a 1-2 count. Yonkers looking for his third strikeout of today's game.
Yeah, trying to get 3. He's got 2 so far in this contest, both coming in the bottom of the last inning.
I know, can't believe top of the first inning is, or excuse me, bottom of the first is when Yonkers got those strikeouts. 1-2. Oh, won't be able to get it there as that's down low. Ball 2-2 the count. Try to go back to the fastball, but too low on the placement.
Yeah, Michael Red in there, good awareness on that one. It looked like he was actually waiting on fastball, and that's exactly what he got on that last pitch.
2-2 is the count from one young Jordan Yonkers, who gets the sign and delivers. Once more down low, ball 3, so the count has been worked full here, and, Yonkers looking at another walk against the side. This one of Michael Redden. Would love to sneak out of it and not have that happen. It's 3-2, the count. He'll like that side from Byer. Here we go. The payoff 3-2 pitch. Tight inside, but that's going to be called for ball 4. That one mighty close on the line. Umpire saw it differently, and that's another walk here for one Jordan Yonkers in this inning, and that brings us back to the top of the order. With Jaden Curtis up to bat, he flew out in his first plate appearance, and they're going to shift Blaze Zeiler more to the right.
Yeah, last time we saw Curtis, he flew out to center field. That was, excuse me, there, Caden Johnson with the catch there on that one, that previous at-bat.
So Yonkers looking for his first pitch into Curtis is high in the zone. Ball number 1, it's 1-1. He's up to 33 pitches, 19 strikes, 14 balls. Not as good of a control inning as it was in the first one here for the young Jordan Yonkers. As he'll glance at second and delivers 1-0. That's down low. Good stuff from Byer to make sure it doesn't sneak further away. It's 2-0 the count now.
Yeah, it was a pitch there. It was going you have a right-handed hitter. That one was kind of in that left-hander's batter's box, and Byer just slid with it to keep the runners from advancing.
2-0 the count from Jordan Yonkers to Curtis. That's high at the eye level for ball 3, and Yonkers here having a tough stretch in this bottom of the first inning. 8-1 the lead for the Nationals, but runners in scoring position. Stokey at second and Redden at first. Doesn't want to load the bases here. They'll just add even more pressure. 3-0. There's a good bounce back in the zone. That one close to the inside part, but he'll still find that mark. 3-1 now.
Yeah, 3-1 there. I mean, it was just a nice, easy pitch over the plate. You're playing catch with your catcher there, pitcher and catcher easy. Now you just got to try to get that groove here as you want to get the out here.
3-1 from Yonkers. Delivered. Driven on over to left field. It's floating, but getting there to glove it. Andrew Brocious for out number 2, and there's a good little avoidance of the walk on the side of Yonkers. He'll find that second out to now bring up Caden Rezak. He singled, right off of Jordan Yonkers' glove in his first at-bat. Has 2 runners on and, 2 down in this inning.
Yeah, it was one of those plays back in the bottom of the first. It seems like it was forever ago. It's just a quick one up the middle, and unfortunately Yonkers just couldn't glove it in time and get it over.
Yonkers' pitch, tight inside, going to get away from Byer, but none of the runners on the pad will advance, so it's 1-0 the count.
Yeah, trying to go inside. I mean, one thing is you'll see a lot is righty on righty. They like to go vice versa would be that outside corner. Well, now you got a left-handed hitter there, so he's still trying to attack that inside spot because that's where a lot of right-handed pitchers will attack.
1-0. Skied straight up into the heavens. Byers trying to find it. He can't seem to find it. And, just will land right next to him. He lost it up in the sky, and it'll fall for a strike. So now it's a 1-1 count, but still 2 down in this inning.
Yeah, it was just one of those and it went straight up. I mean, it's not too dark, but there is some cloud coverage. But sometimes it can be harder to track that ball down, and even the umpire for a second had no idea where that one was at.
Of course, when it goes sky high and you have to flip your face mask off, it's tough to find that first little glimpse, because once you find the first glimpse, you lock on. But when you can't find that first glimpse, you're just trying to gasp at straws to find it. 1-1. It's in there. That one just on the outside part. It's 1-2. 2 down is Yonkers with 2 runners on, looking to find the final out here and go to another strong inning with the Nationals leading. It's an 8-1 ball game. He'll look for that sign and get one he likes from Byer. 1-2. swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 4 for Jordan Yonkers. And just like that, we're here in the top of the third inning. 8-1 is where we sit for the FNBO Nationals when we come back here live on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Hey, at Premier Toyota, you'll find a friendly and easy-to-work with staff that'll help you find the perfect car. And whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota's got a wide selection of vehicles to choose from.
Plus, Premier Toyota has Toyota-trained technicians, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory-scheduled maintenance today, and keep your car running strong.
Stop by today and see why Premier Toyota is the #1 choice for car buyers. Let's go places.
Well, back here, everybody, to Ogallala. It's currently an 8-1 ball game in favor of the FNBO Nationals, with up to bat here going to be Ty Hanneborg. Of course, got his single in his last plate appearance on over to left field. Our coverage, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortifying Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, alongside Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. We're going to have a new first base coach for the Nationals. That's one Carson Johnson making his way over. With now, again, of course, the young Ty Hanneborg. 4 hits in 4 days for Hanneborg. He's having himself a strong stretch of play. Again, not really getting many hits this season as the utility batter, but really coming on strong here as that pitch is in there for strike number 1.
Yeah, last time he was at the plate, got the RBI single, and that's can't go wrong with an RBI single there.
Oh, one from Stokey. Oh, swings and misses on that one. 0-2, a little half-hearted swing. And now we're at an 0-2 count to Hanneborg and the second baseman, who's been getting, again, a lot more starts here in this latter half of the season, which I love to see. The young guy not only getting the opportunities, but making full advantage of it. 0-2, down low in the dirt. Ball 1, it's 1-2 the count now.
That was a good eye right there. Just Hanneborg just watched that pitch go right in the dirt. He's like, I'm not going to budge on it. That's exactly what he did not budge on it.
Early in the season, Hanneborg would have swung on that, but that just shows you the growth that he has shown this season, not really taking or biting on those pitches too low. As that one's another ball. It's ball 2, 2-2 the count now.
Yeah, it was just an off-speed pitch that kind of left the hand of the pitcher on that one.
2-2. Turned on, and he just barely misses that one. Strike number 3, another strikeout for Cole Stokey. And the first out of this at-bat, though, can't really blame Hanneborg. He had the right idea in the pitch he was looking for, just off of the mark.
Just a little ahead of that one there.
So up to bat, Blaze Zeiler will be taking his swings. He's 0 for 1, flew out in his first plate appearance. That pitch really tight inside, ball number 1.
Yeah, trying to attack the inside there. Fortunately, just not get the pitch he wanted there for Stokey.
So up to bat now for the Nationals. Following Zeiler is going to be one Jordan Yonkers, as Zeiler sees one right in the zone for strike number 1, 1-1 the count. 8-1 ball game. Stokey with his next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss from Zeiler down low. Strike number 2. Again, Zeiler coming back from that broken hand he suffered earlier before the season even started, and feels good to have the all-time stolen base record holder for the Nationals here at this moment. 1-2. Off speed in the zone. Strike 3. It's got Zeiler looking. That one might have been just a little too high at the letters, but hopefully an umpire saw it differently. That's another strikeout for Cole Stokey, who is on a roll here so far in this top of the third inning. Still, though, 8-1 lead for the Nationals. As it's now Jordan Yonkers who's up to bat here. The pitcher taking his swings as that's in there, strike number 1. Once again, Yonkers hasn't seen much pitching action, but when he does, takes advantage of it. And also here, swinging on the base pads. See what he can do. As that one, chopper, slowly going to be rolled all over to Halligan. It gets past his glove, and with that, Yonkers gets on, though, with an error. But either which way, you'll take it. And Yonkers is now on the base pad. He took full, just like I said, took full advantage of his opportunity and now is on with, hey, here comes Landon Greeno up to bat for the Nationals, which will spell the day end for one Caden Johnson. As Greeno taking over here. Probably also going to be playing center field as well, if I remember correctly, for the Nationals, with now Ty Robinson up on deck as well, again with Carson Johnson on over as the first base pitching coach. So some lineup adjustments to see some guys that don't really see much action. Well, Ty Robinson batting over 100 at-bats this season. He's seen plenty of action as that pitch is in there, strike number one.
Yeah, it's. I know early on in the season we talked about how pretty much, your 1 through 9 hitters plus on your bench can hit. Well, this would be a great opportunity for your bench to show out and try to hit the ball today and make some plays.
0-1, it finds the mark on, again, the outside part. 0-2, and you just love to see players that normally don't get action here at the senior level get some action. Jordan Yonkers going to hit. I would hope to see Tyler Townsend as well get some hit if he's out here at the bench, as that pitch off speed high in the zone. Ball number one. Would love to see Tyler Townsend get some hits as well. Just some of these young guys, like we've seen Easton Jones, just get rewarded with a long season of play. As that pitch looking to be on the way. As that one going to be outside. Here comes Yonkers going over to second. Hey! Gets there safely, so there's a stolen base from one Jordan Yonkers. He got there just barely in time. Yet again, another high throw from the side of Ian Shaw allowed Yonkers to get in with plenty of time.
And that was a good ball there from Shaw. I mean, it was there. It's just, like you mentioned, it was a high ball, and that's, for Yonkers, got it and got slide and get in the bag in time.
2-2 the count to Landon Greeno, taking over for Johnson. Oh, that one on the outside part of the plate, but home plate umpire says it's in, and just like that, the inning comes to an end with another strikeout for the side of Cole Stokey. We're now heading to the bottom of the third. It's still an 8-1 lead for the Nationals. When we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com. Platte Post.
For fun conversations and amazing pizza, come to Dave's Place. Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dave's Place is a great summertime place with their incredible fresh pizza of the month, wings, specials on beer, and cocktails.
And Dave's Place is kid-friendly, so bring them in for a fun time this summer.
Dine in, carry out, or DoorDash. Dave's Place is a North Platte tradition at 1510 East 4th Street.
CT Computer Services of North Platte has laptops for under $300 now in stock. If your computer is running slow, it probably needs a tune-up. Take it to CT Computer Services. The basic tune-up price is only $50 and save more on Tune-Up Tuesdays. CT Computer Services sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops, and they have laptops for under $300 in stock now. See your IT guys at 905 South Willow or give them a call, 534-3628.
Welcome back here, everybody. The Ogallala Nationals with an 8-1 lead at the moment. Our bottom of the third inning, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortifying Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey. Sweet Bee, as well as Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You can find out more on 1510 East 4th Street, where you can enjoy dine-in or carry-out. Hey, also delivery with DoorDash, where you can order online at davesplacenp.com. As we'll be leading off here in this bottom of the third with Ian Shaw up to bat. He hit on over into left field. I believe that left fielder out there is going to be, that should be Tyler Townsend out there in left field. That might even be Easton Jones out there, actually. I hope not. It looks like Townsend, of course, both at the same height. At the moment, Yonkers still on the mound, though, against Shaw, as that pitch beautifully down the center for strike number one.
Yeah, great job there. Just sling that first pitch. Add another first pitch strike to his name so far for Yonkers. Has been throwing really well on the mound today for FNBO Nationals.
Absolutely love it. 0-1. Well, you had to say it, as that one's way outside. Ball number one. Anytime we talk anything good, opposite happens immediately afterwards. 1-1 the count, though, to Shaw. Following Shaw, it's going to be Aiden Halligan and then Max Mueller for Ogallala. 8-1 lead for the FNBO Nationals, bottom of the third. 8 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Nationals, as that 1-1's too high. Ball 2. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, though, overall for Ogallala in this game.
This is an Ogallala team that's played very well in a Class B schedule, North Platte being A, Ogallala being B. But
2-1. driven out to left field, absolutely crushed. Going back at it there is going to be Dean McIntyre, bounces off of the wall. Going on over with a stand-up double is Ian Shaw. It isn't going to be Tyler Townsend out there and left. It's going to be Dean McIntyre. So a double for Shaw here with nobody out in this bottom of the third inning to bring up to bat Aiden Halligan. He, again, here in the cleanup position, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, first time we saw him, like you said, went down swinging there. And, you know, if you're Ogallala going back, if you're Ogallala, you really like with Ian Shaw there. I mean, you made good contact. You drove it down that third base line and down by 7 here in the bottom of the third. Baby steps
for Ogallala as Yonkers' pitch is too high. Ball number 1 to Halligan. Of course, the question's becoming, when will be the end of Jordan Yonkers' stint? He's up to 46 pitches, 26 strikes, 20 balls, so still plenty of time left on the pitch count if that's where we're sitting. But it's a 1-0 count now to Halligan. As that one's grounded on over to Polk. He looks at it and throws to first. It's going to be in time. That's Ty Hanneborg that's going to be taken on over at shortstop with then, of course, Ty Robinson on over at first base as there's one down in this inning. To bring up following again, Aiden Halligan, going to be Max Mueller for the side of Ogallala.
And Max Mueller actually has the RBI single from that bottom half of the first inning early in this contest.
See, again, as a runner in scoring position, Ian Shaw at second as that pitch in from Jordan Yonkers is in there for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count. 0-1 with 1 out. Yonkers will get the sign from Byer and deliver. Ooh, that's going to bounce right off of the leg of Mueller. So that off speed just getting a little off the mark. And now there's 2 runners on with 1 out for Colton Knipsel, who struck out swinging in his first plate appearance to step up.
Yeah, just one of those off-speed pitches. It just went out of the hand. Unfortunately, the way he didn't like it. He was trying to get a curveball in. The way it looked, try to get an inside curve to go across, but it looked like it was just the way it came out of the hand, just didn't get enough spin on it.
2 runners on for Ogallala, Ian Shaw at second and Max Mueller at first. Knipsel up to bat, following him Cole Stokey, then Blake Robb as he'll sky that into right field. It's going to find the mark just outside of Blaze Eiler as it gets into the grass. 1 run will score. Will there be possibly 2? No, so there's only going to be a 1-out double on the side of one Colton Knipsel. So another run comes across there on that hit. It's now 8-2, though, in favor of the Nationals as here comes head coach Ricky Holmes. He's going to have a talk with his pitcher, Jordan Yonkers. Probably won't spell the end of one Yonkers here today, but just have a talk to calm him down with 2 runners now in scoring position for Ogallala. Colton Knipsel at second and Max Mueller at third.
Yeah, that was a great rip there by Colton Knipsel. I mean, it was he hit it opposite field. The right-handed batter drilled it down the right field line, so hitting it opposite field and did a great job making the contact right over past the right fielder for FNBO there. But, you know, this is a good time to call a time, go out, talk to Yonkers, just calm them down a bit. You still have a good, comfortable lead up by 6 here as we're in the bottom of the third.
And again, that's kind of the downside for the Nationals defensively in the outfield. Again, they like to pinch more into center field to cut off the right center, or those kind of right center, left center type hits. But because of that, they're leaving a gaping hole down that right field, left field side, and Knipsel took well advantage of that. As up to bat comes Stokey. He walked in his first plate appearance for the side of Ogallala. That pitch just outside on the fastball. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, just a little bit outside on that one. And trying to get something rolling. You're going to see Yonkers here. He's going to go back in his windup.
1-1. Oh, that's going to be down low in the dirt and snip a little bit away from Tristan Byer for ball 2. Now, if we get to that point of bringing a new pitcher in, I'm trying to think of who we might see kind of take over that role in this ball game. Maybe Landon Greeno, potentially. Maybe somebody else. The 2-0. Once more down low in the dirt, ball 3. So after that timeout, Yonkers 3 straight pitches in the dirt. Now it's a 3-0 count.
Yeah, I've been watching the FNBO bullpen. No action going on, but granted, be one as you pull a player that's already in the field if you go to the bullpen.
Here comes the 3-0 from Yonkers. That time in the zone, strike number 1. Good bounce back on that off speed. 3-1 with 1 out and 2 runners on for Ogallala.
Did a good job there. I mean, just stayed calm, just threw a strike over the plate there to get the 3-1. Now try to build out that momentum.
Here comes that 3-1 pitch. Build that momentum, you said. Swing and a miss from Stokey. It's now a full count, 3-2, as just like you said, when Jordan Yonkers building his way back in, it's now full. He's looking to get that final out here. Can he do it? He likes the sign he gets from Tristan Byard. The 3-2 pitch. Oh, too low on the fastball. A little off the mark, and that's ball 4, and the bases are now loaded to bring up Blake Robb to the plate. He flew out in his first plate appearance, but the good news about the bases being loaded is there's a force out at any bag. So if it's a grounder, it's an easy step on one and throw to the other. And if it's a fly out, though, you got to be careful of a tag up at third.
100%. 100% there, but try to go to the closest bag if you can.
That first pitch, tight inside, almost hitting Robb. He had to slide back, ball number 1. 57 pitches for the young Yonkers, 31 strikes to 26 balls. Maybe seeing the limit of his range. Again, right now, the youngster freshman not seeing much game action as a starter all year. More of a reliever as that pitch is down low, ball 2. 2-0 with the count.
You know, you mentioned he's being young, getting a lot of relief, but hey, games like these are great opportunities. Being younger to show the coach what you can do. Well, you can try to do on the mound. It looks like we're going to see some action in the bullpen.
There's some action for the bullpen as that pitch bounced back in from Yonkers, strike 1. Now the question is, Carter Kelly or is it Caden Johnson? Johnson did pitch yesterday for 7 pitches, so he still is eligible to throw in this game, but Carter Kelly hasn't thrown since Friday, so might be him too. 2-1, off speed, tight. Oh, just off the mark by a hair's length. It's 3-1 the count.
That was, like you mentioned, you just missed it by a hair there. And a lot of times when you see people lean like that, they'll usually give it to the pitcher.
3-1, in there, strike 2. It's 3-2 now again. Don't want to walk the batter here as that would score an easy run and make it an 8-3 game, but 1 strikeout might actually be the turning tide here in this inning.
100% here. This is a
3-2 now on the way. Popped up, exactly what you needed. Skied straight high, Byers trying to find it. He runs for it. Can he get there? Oh, not in time. So we'll still stay at 3-2.
Yeah, it was one of those that, for Byers, quick flipping the mask off, but it's always tough is when you stand up and you have the umpire behind you. You got to try to get around him, and still a good effort, try to track. Unfortunately, just a little out of his reach there.
3-2 once more to Blake Robb with Michael Redden on deck and Jaden Curtis in the hole. That's 8-9-1 in the order. 3-2. There you go, grounder on over to second. Hanneborg steps on the bag, and he gets to first in time with the spin. Oh my gosh, what beauty from Ty Hanneborg. You don't need to show off like that, but you did it anyway. How about it, flashing the leather. He gets the double play, and just like that, the inning comes to an end in style. Unbelievable play. I can't believe it.
Man, oh man, that was awesome. It's always nice when you get a double play at the end of the inning. It was a close one. I mean, you flick at the second, you might miss it. Great awareness, just tap and throw it.
As now an 8-2 ball game. We come back, we'll have more here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlatte.com.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Larry's Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
Welcome back here to Ogallala Nationals with a comfortable 8-2 lead. Cole Stokey still on the mound. Ty Robinson up to bat here for Carson Johnson's hole. So I'll take a little bit of talk about our sponsors here today. Kevin McGann with the Fortifying Group, helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years. Stop by and see Kevin McGann at 621 South Dewey, Suite B for farm, crop, auto, and home commercial insurance. That first pitch is going to be down low. Ball number 1 to Ty Robinson from Cole Stokey. Ooh, that went close to hitting his knee. It's ball number 2. Also, thank you to our sponsors today, the Shelter Insurance guys, Pete Bowles and Brett Rogo. Go see them for auto, home, life, and more. It's Shelter Insurance. 2-0 count quickly up here against Ty Robinson. How about we make that 3-0? You buying stock for a 4-0 pitch right here? As it's 3-0. Ty Robinson, as he sets, Stokey does and delivers. Well, good thing you didn't buy that stock, because that's in there strike number 1. You would have lost all of your value. So 3-1 now.
One of those for the stock market. We'll let that one roll.
Let that one roll out. 3-1. Swing and miss from Ty Robbins. 3-2. Full count now up here. Following Ty Robinson, Dean McIntyre. That would be Carter Kelly, but it's not going to be Carter Kelly. Try to see who that will be. Up to bat as Robinson fouls that off. So we'll still stay at 3-2. Might be Easton Geisler. No, it's going to be Race Morkey that'll be on the deck in substitution for Carter Kelly. 3-2 to the first baseman Robinson on the way. Oh, that's going to bounce right off his back. How about that? That is now, out of his last 4 at-bats, 3 of them have been hit by a pitch for Ty Robinson. He has just been a magnet for being hit by the pitch in these last couple of games.
Yeah, it's always one of those, you sit there and you just take it.
He definitely did take it right in the back. He had no reaction, just turned, let it hit him, and just like that, he's over to first with nobody out, and Dean McIntyre up to bat.
Ooh, balk.
Oh, they're going to call a balk on Curtis. I didn't see anything kind of out of the ordinary on that. What did you see out there, Mr. Official?
Well, it's always tough because everyone sees box different. He did move his shoulder, but that's the only thing I can think of. It looked like he came set.
So on over to second, following the balk is going to be Ty Robinson, as that first pitch from Stokey is inside ball number 1. 1-0 the count.
You know, it's actually American Legion. You don't see a lot of balks called.
As he's going to ground that on over to second. Good glove from Curtis, the first in time. There's one down, but even with that out, that's going to move the runner on over to third base. So another scoring opportunity for the Nationals here on this one. With up to bat being Race Morkey, had a spectacular showing on the weekend against Beatrice, where he went almost the full complete game, but just gave up those 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning, and the Nationals fell 2-1 against Beatrice. His first pitch from Stokey is too high, ball number 1.
Excited to see what more he can do here at the plate. He sounded like he had a great game against Beatrice on the mound. Try to keep it on the going from the plate.
He's going to turn on that one and sky it up to right field. It's going to be Michael Red, and they're going to tag up Ty Robinson. They are. Here comes the big fella going down the lane. He goes to home. He steps on the bag, and good sacrifice fly out from Race Morkey. Gets the job done. And just like that, another run comes across for the Nationals. It's now 9-2, with up to bat being Tristan Byer.
He had a good sack fly, just drilled it out to the right field. It was caught there by Zeller for Ogallala. And it was a good throw on target, but just unfortunately, the big man showing off his speed.
First pitch in from Stokey to Byer. Last time hit a single out to Max Mueller in left field. That pitch too high, ball number 1. 2 down here in this top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, though, from Byer. It's 1-1 to count now. Following Tristan Byer, it's going to be Andrew Brocious, then Ty Hanneborg on deck for the Nationals, leading 9-2. The 1-1. Turned on it, will just get into the glove there of Curtis and be thrown on over to first in time, and that's how this inning will come to an end. Not before the Nationals were able to get 1 run to come across here, as we now move our way on over to the bottom of the 4th inning when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
A lot of things being so expensive these days, you'll be surprised to know you can buy an RV for under $20,000. The Sunray Travel Trailers at Larry's RV in North Platte. Sunrays give you the opportunity to enjoy the outdoors while still enjoying some home comforts like AC, water, heater, refrigerator, and stovetops. Just some of the features you'll find in a Sunray. Plus, Sunrays are lightweight and most can even be pulled to the car. Stop in today and see the Sunray 129 and 149 models and the Sunray Light 16 HP at Larry's RV in North Platte.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Welcome back here, everybody. Ogallala Nationals leading now 9-2 over Ogallala with a new pitcher on the mound. It's Landon Greeno, the big man, getting the start. Well, the relief effort here again with Landon Greeno. Don't normally see him on the mound with a 9-2 lead. Just love to really explore the depth of your bullpen as not only you're trying to see what you got for districts, but hey, maybe even next season what you got on the docket.
Yeah, I mean, especially in these type of games, you got a 7-run lead, my apologies, versus Ogallala squad, who's been playing lights out in Class B. This is a great opportunity. You got a good lead. Why not throw some of those young arms out there? Let them play against some of this older competition and let them get a feel of what that higher level of ball is in the senior level.
And you know, it's not like it's against a Scottsbluff team. You know, don't want to throw Scottsbluff under the bus or Grand Island USA, some of these teams that are relatively super young and you're blowing them out. This is a team that's 17-18 on the year in Class B, could win their district coming up here soon. So, you know, this is some high-level competition for not only Jordan Yonkers, but Landon Greeno and these young guys. Yonkers, who's now over at second, and Morkey at third. As Greeno steps and fires into the first batter, he sees Michael Redden. That's down low, ball number 1. Redden walked in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, Redden was one of those players. I believe it was a 6-pitch at bat he took and then drew the walk, and that's kind of where they got things rolling.
1-0. Oh, high around the letters, ball 2 to Redden from 1, Landon Greeno. Following Redden, it's going to be Jaden Curtis and then, of course, Caden Rezak for Ogallala. The 2-0 pitch. Check swing around the knees, but it's in there for strike number 1. 2-1 now the count.
It's a good pitch down low, right at that kneecap, and you know, Redmond wanted the bite on it. I don't think he crossed the plane, but it didn't matter anyways. It was a perfect pitch there for the strike.
Greeno will get the sign from Tristan Byer. Here comes that 2-1 pitch. Oh, he's down low, way in the dirt. Ball 3. It's 3-1 the count now to Redden. And Redden walked in his first plate appearance, trending towards another one here. 9-2 lead for the Nationals. The 3-1. Great bounce back down the zone. Strike 2. Absolute beauty from Landon Greeno.
That was a prime example of just a let it rip it there and have it cross the center of the plate, and that's exactly what Greeno did there.
3-2 pitch on the way from Greeno. It goes. Oh, too tight inside. Ball 4. So Christian Martz, Michael Redden will walk his way to first, but Landon Greeno doing a good job of at least trying to keep that at-bat alive.
Yeah, did a great job just inside, just missed it though, and unfortunately drew the walk there. As now you're going to see Curtis coming up, and Curtis, he's flown out the center, he's flown out the left. And
make it flow out to right here. Area there for the foul ball. It's now an 0-1 count into Jaden Curtis.
Yeah, the sound it made on the concrete actually sounded like it hit somebody, but then that's when I realized it was concrete right there instead of a bleacher.
Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. Kevin McGinn and the 4-5 group. You can check out his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. That 0-1 tight inside around the face. It's 1-1 now to Curtis. From 1 Landon Greeno. Hey, also thank you to Another Round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. He said Curtis skied out to both left and center in his first 2 appearances. Can he do it to right here? 1-1. Oh, way in the dirt from Greeno, and a wonderful stop from Tristan Byer to not let it skirt any further away.
Yeah, I mean, I believe watching Michael Redden on that one, I think once he saw that bounce, he's like, ooh, I got a prime opportunity. But, you know, for Byer, just bolted to his left and kept that right in front of him.
2-1 from Greeno as he sets and fires. That one rocked it on over to Morkey. He gloves it. The throw to second. Oh, it's going to get past Jordan Yonkers' glove. It was on the floor. So with that error, runner Michael Redden gets on over to second base. And yeah, there's 2 runners on the base pads here for the side of Ogallala.
Yeah, just a simple error we saw right there. Just don't hang your head on it. Just move forward from there.
So now here comes Caden Rezak. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled in his first plate appearance and then struck out swinging in his second. Now facing Landon Greeno for the first time today with 2 runners on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Greeno delivers. That one just chopped up into the air, but it will drift into the Nationals dugout for strike number 1. Following Rezac, Ian Shaw, and then Aiden Halligan, a pretty strong part of the order for Ogallala that has done some damage in today's game for them.
That's kind of been the key for this Ogallala team, is right here in the middle of the lineup we're about to see.
Greeno gets the sign he likes from Byer, and now looks to deliver his 0-1 pitch. That one once more fouled down the third base side. There's strike number 2. Good bounce back. 2 pitches from one. Landon Greeno now could potentially strike out Caden Rezac here. As he'll get his sign inside from Tristan Byer that he's ready to rock and roll with. Glances at second. Once more. Here comes the 0-2. Off speed. That one going to be rocketed into center field for a base hit. That might bring the runner home, but after the short hit, it's just going to load the bases up now. And now with nobody out and the bases loaded, here comes Ian Shaw up to bat. Shaw 2 for 2 today with a single, a double. He's on cycle watch, just needs the triple and the home run. Nationals leading 9-2. There's nobody out here in this bottom of the 4th inning, though they still lead, FNBO does, 9-2. Greeno sets and fires into Shaw. Tight inside, there's ball number 1.
Yeah, you got a bases loaded situation here, but I mean, closest bag, there's a force out at any base here. But up by 7 here in the contest.
Still a healthy lead, but don't want to let it start squeaking away ever so slowly. Rocketed to left field. It's going. It's going. It's going to hit off the fence line. 1 run will score. 2 runs, maybe even a third, but no, it'll just be 2 runs. Another double from Ian Shaw. Close to a grand slam, but 2 runs come across here for Ogallala. It's now 9-4. With now 2 runners in scoring position for Aiden Halligan, who's 0 for 2 today.
That was just an absolute drill down that left field line, and it was close to a grand slam, and unfortunately just missed. I mean, that's where you like to see the ball been hit deep down the left field line so far tonight.
And a lot of hitters been valuing that left field side. So 2 runners on for Ogallala with Halligan up to bat. A little grounder on over the side. The throw home from Hanneborg will get to Robinson, and there's the first out, but not before yet again another run comes across for Ogallala. They now are trailing this time by 4. It's now 9-5. And out here comes, we'll have some talks with Landon Greeno after he's given up 3 runs here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Nationals still lead 9-5 here in this contest.
You know, it's just one of those things where for Landon Greeno, he's throwing well. She's just throwing the plate. It's just that Ogallala finally found their groove and is just starting to knock the ball around the field.
And he came up at a pretty tough time in the order with Rezac and Ian Shaw, who have done most of the damage today for Ogallala in terms of their hitting. And now it's 9-5 with Max Mueller up to bat. He singled in his first plate appearance, but was hit by a pitch in his second. He has a runner at second base, being Ian Shaw for Ogallala. Here in this again, bottom of the 4th inning, Nationals lead 9-5. A majority of their starters getting out here. Again, this is the last game of the season for the senior team before districts, as that one swung on and missed. Good bounce back from Greeno. They canceled the Shattering game earlier this week, so this will be the last time we see the Nationals, so it explains a lot as to why we are seeing a lot of these young players get the action here, which again, you just love to see. 0-1 from Greeno. He glances at second. He'll do it one more time and deliver. That's too low, ball 1.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to let the young folks get some playing time, but also start resting up for this senior team is getting ready to gear up. I mean, it's going to be a tough district of Hastings, Kearney, Grand Island.
Kearney, both Grand Island teams, Scottsbluff, West Coast Scottsbluff, and then don't count out Lexington. They went 2-2 at the tournament last week against some really strong teams. As that skied all the way into the heavens as it's going to go up. Getting called for it is Race Morkey, and he gloves it there for out number 2. But again, teams that, well, you say that, but teams that have been playing normally well, again, Grand Island, Grand Island Home Federal, the 8 team for Grand Island, Kearney, they went 1-3 at the tournament. Lexington, who's the 5 seed that hasn't really been playing well all season, they went 2-2 at that tournament. So a lot of teams that haven't been performing well had started to perform well, and can't really count anybody out at this point with districts, again, coming up this week.
Got to get hot at the right time, and a lot of teams are starting to do that.
Here comes the first pitch into that. Will be one Colton Knipsel. He's 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance and then doubled in his second. Here's ball number 1 into Knipsel. And again, the Nationals so far playing their best ball, even though they might, if they do pick up the loss here, really can't say anything against the starters that were out here. They just absolutely laid into Ogallala, put 7 in the top of the first. There's the 1-0 from Greeno. That's down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count now.
Yeah, 2-0 count there. Just got to find their groove. This is an Ogallala team. We talked about it. They started to take baby steps. Well, now these baby steps starting to come into some big steps for them.
And they're turning into leaps and bounds with the way they've been scoring here in this inning with 3 across already. 2-0. Bounce back on, grounder to Yonkers. He gloves it to first in time, and that's how this inning will come to an end. 3 did come across though for Ogallala, but Landon Greeno was able to work his way out of that situation. We now head to the top of the 5th. Nationals still leading in this game by 4 runs, 9-5. But we come back here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the D&N Event Center can handle it all. The D&N Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the D&N Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
If your tranny starts to making sounds that you don't want to hear, if it's slipping and a sliding, won't go in or out of gear, call the transmission specialist, BG&S. You got the very best four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, automatic standard too. BG&S Transmissions.
BG&S Transmissions. Free towing, free estimates, and all their work is guaranteed. Call BG&S in North Platte at 800-344-2427.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ogallala. Nationals now leading 9-5. 3 runs came across in that last inning against Landon Greeno, but still a comfortable margin. 4 runs here in this top of the 5th inning. Our top of the 5th brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey. Sweet B with up to bat here being Andrew Brocious. 0 for 1 today. Walked in his first plate appearance, then struck out swinging in his second. With then after that being Ty Hanneborg and then Blaze Zeiler. And the first pitch in is going to be laid down, a little pop-off. Stokey's going to grab it. Brocious flying down the line. Oh, it's going to get past the first baseman, so here comes Brocious. Now going to run his way on over to second, and he'll stop up there. So what was going to be a nice little single turns into a little bit extra more as making his way on over to second following the error was one Andrew Brocious.
Yeah, it was like that there. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting just a quick bunt there and just racing down the line there. And it was a bad throw from Stokey. And obviously we have Brocious standing on second here to start the inning.
Well, that's the Andrew Brocious special. He'll come up when when people are least expecting it. As there's a bunt that time from Hanneborg, gets out of Stokey's glove. The throw to first just barely will be in time. So Hanneborg will get out on the bunt. But again, that's the Andrew Brocious special. He will come up when really nobody's expecting it and bunt his way on to the base pads. And that time got even luckier, made his way over to second for free without even trying to steal.
Yeah, it was one of those. I like the bunt. I mean, back-to-back there, but, it was a close play at first base, and, it looks like Stokey and Ogallala won that one there.
So, Blaze Zeiler comes up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today against Cole Stokey. Flew out in his first plate appearance, then struck out swinging in his second. He'll force that first pitch in there for strike number 1. Pitch. Ooh, really tight inside. That's going to hit Blaze Zeiler right in that elbow, so he'll make his way on over to first. And now we have 2 batters on the base pads for Jordan Yonkers, who reached on an error in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, and for Zeller there, that definitely hit him in the one spot right on the edge of the elbow there. Didn't react to it, which is impressive, but definitely hit him right on the elbow.
Well, looks like we're going to have a new pitcher coming in here for Ogallala as time's going to be called. And on comes a new pitcher for Stokey, it looks like. I'm trying to see the number. Jesse Ortega will be taken over for Cole Stokey, as that will spell the end of his day. And now he'll make his way out into the field at short. So Aiden Halligan's day is done. Stokey making his way over to shortstop. And Ortega now takes over, facing the young man Jordan Yonkers here. Again, reached on an error in his lone batting appearance here in today's game.
Yeah, lone appearance. It was that error got on bag there. But I want to give credit to Stokey coming in this contest. Kind of came in at a rough spot. Actually,
really rough spot.
Pitched in really well. I believe when he came in, it was 7-1. Now it's
7. It was
7. Oh, yeah,
7-1. But still, it was absolutely. The wheels had come off the wagon, and they were like, hey, buddy, we need you to stop this bleeding. And stop this bleeding, he did. He only gave up 2 earned runs in those appearances that he came in for one Jaden Curtis.
Yeah, and then Stokey also striking out 4 while his time on the mound. So, Stokey did a good job coming in and setting the tone there for Ogallala. I mean, we've seen it now. Like we talked about, they took baby steps. Now they're starting to take more of those toddler steps to get back into it.
Well, now it's up to Ortega, I think, to really go the rest of the way here for Ogallala. He's facing off against the young Nationals who have taken out a majority of their players, their senior players that you know to well and know here. As up comes Jordan Yonkers to bat. There's one down here in this top of the 5th inning. And thank you to our sponsors here for today's game. Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking, with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. Double steal, beautifully done by the Nationals, and there's Ian Shaw. Couldn't hold on to it. Even if Shaw was going to throw it on over, in my opinion, to third, the Nationals would have gotten both on anyway. So now they're both in scoring position at second and third base.
Yeah, it was a beautiful double steal. I mean, the minute Ortega brought that foot up, they were gone.
Ortega with a very, very slow type of windup as Yonkers tries to bunt it down, but pulls back for ball 2. Ortega, again, from the stretch, low style of windup, so it allows the Nationals to get a little bit of maybe of a millisecond to 2 millisecond head start.
Even watching his windup, his foot is planted, but his front foot looks like it's almost straight, while his back foot's set up on the rubber, so it's kind of a unique windup.
Here's the 2-0. That's going to bounce back in for strike number 1 to Yonkers. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. What you going to say?
Yeah, looking there, that was the first time we've seen him throw a quick pitch, so we know he's capable of throwing the quick pitch as well.
Which is good, because last again that happened, the 2 base runners got stole. So 2-1 the count to Yonkers as he goes there. He lays a beautiful bunt from Yonkers. Brocious gets home, though the throw to first will be in time, but what an absolute beautiful bunt laid down by Jordan Yonkers to score Andrew Brocious from third base.
Yes, it was a beautiful job there. Just got the bunt down. And, looking at that one at the time, it looked like Ortega, he wanted to flip it home, but then he did that quick turn because he knew he had that force out there at first base.
And that's kind of bit some of the pitchers for not just the Nationals, but a lot of teams this season trying to stop that home plate steal, or not steal, but just bunt attempt. You can flip it home, but the chances maybe of you getting that steal are not unlikely, but low, so then you just get a free runner to get on the base pads if you don't successfully get it.
Exactly, and does a great job of moving runners, but hey, good sack or suicide squeeze there.
So it's an 0-1. There goes Greeno, going to lob it on over to Curtis at second, on to first, and that'll do it here for this top of the 5th inning. But not before the Nationals did bring a run home. They lead now by 5, 10-5. When we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410 in, as always, live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you or a loved one in need of medical equipment to improve your quality of life? Look no further than Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment. Our state-of-the-art and affordable medical products are specifically designed to return your independence. From manual and power wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and lift chairs to walking aids, ramps, hospital beds, and bath safety products. We have everything you need to make your home a comfortable and safe place to live. We even provide CPAP and BiPAP equipment and supplies, as well as oxygen equipment and supplies. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today.
Looking for a fuel stop that goes above and beyond? Well, look no further. Wicked Fast in North Platte is here to take your refueling experience to new heights. Jennifer and the crew at Wicked Fast believe that exceptional service makes all the difference. But they're not just about fueling your vehicle. If you're feeling hungry, grab a snack or drink at Wicked Fast on North Highway 83 in North Platte. Conveniently located across the street from Do It Center. And have you downloaded the MyPhillips 66 app yet? You're missing out on amazing savings that'll make your gas bills much easier on your wallet.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Ogallala. Nationals now leading 10-5. Got a run to come across on the suicide squeeze just an inning ago. They again 10-5, 10 runs, 5 hits, 1 error compared to 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors on the side of Ogallala. Up to bat, Cole Stokey, who's walked twice in today's ballgame. He'll be facing off against new pitcher in Landon Greeno. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. That's going to be one Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, alongside Red Willow Chemical. At Red Willow Chemical, they offer both generic and name brand chemicals and fertilizers and bulk options. Hey, they also offer delivery and aerial application services. Their experienced staff is here to help tailor a plan that best fits the needs of each and every one of their customers. Get more info online at rwchemical.com. Cole Stokey up to bat here. He's walked in 2 of his plate appearances so far. Looking to maybe turn that around with a hit here in his 3rd if he can do so. Hey, pops that one sky high. Running on it goes Ty Robinson into foul territory. It'll just fall right in front of him there for the first strike of this at-bat.
Yeah, it was one of those where it was just hit right down there in that foul territory. It's kind of an interesting one here in Ogallala. Down their right field line, they don't have a fence. So kind of the angle we had with that ball, it actually looked like it would have been over the line. But granted, it's a little bit tougher. But you know, that's always sometimes the tough part when you're chasing it down. It's like, okay, we don't know where foul territory is, but hey, give both those young men effort for chasing it down.
0-1 is turned on this time, skied up towards center. Brocious is trying to get on under it, running, but there's Blaze Zeiler to take the glove actually on over in right field. So there's the first out of this bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, for Zeiler, I think he lost it at first in the clouds. I mean, granted, when you're looking now, there are some darker clouds kind of rolling in the air. If you get a ball placed perfect, if it goes over the lights, it can be tough. And it was one of those, it was an off-balance catch, but hey, it's better than letting it hit the grass, you get the out.
Jesse Ortega now up to bat after subbing in to start pitching last inning. He'll take some swings in for Blake Robb. He has nobody on, but 1 out here in this bottom of the 5th inning. He checks his swing, but Greeno's pitch is in there for strike number 1.
Beautiful pitch, just hammered it right in there and trying to see your pitcher-pitcher battle and trying to show who's the better dominant pitcher here.
0-1 with 1 out. Greeno sets and fires to Ortega. Swing and a miss. There's strike number 2. Blew it right past him. It's now 0-2 to the pitcher Ortega.
Gaslight that one, just ripped it in there. Nice fastball in there, but an 0-2 count. This is a good count here for Greeno.
Can he throw it on that off speed? I would assume. Oh, he tried to, but it's down in the dirt. Ball 1.
That was a good job there for Ortega, not to budge on. I mean, sometimes when you're in that situation, you go down with 2 quick strikes, you want to swing at that next pitch, but he did a great job keeping the bat on the shoulders.
1-2 now to Ortega, who again subbed in pitching for Stokey last inning. On the way it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's a strikeout for Landon Greeno. His first on the day here, and there's 2 down here in this bottom of the 5th. 2 up, 2 down here for Greeno. Exactly what you love to see.
Yeah, very quick here. My apologies. Very quick starts in the inning here. Like you said, 2 up, 2 down. And Greeno, I mean, minus that last half inning where 3 came across, he's been throwing really well in his appearance on the mound tonight.
Again, Greeno, don't normally see him pitch a lot, so you know, seeing him, of course, struggle when he comes out for his first innings, and then really start to build. You have the building blocks to get growing here, and it's exactly what he's been doing. The first pitch into Michael Redden, who's walked twice, was down low, ball 1, and make that ball 2 straight pitches too high, and Redden trending towards a walk again.
Yeah, and we've seen Redmond so far. I mean, hasn't really recorded official plate appearance. I mean, he had 2 walks so far in the game here.
Can we make it 3? We're going to place your stock in 3 walks here for Redden. As a 2-0. Bounce back. Oh, man, that one just barely out. 2 too close inside. There's ball 3.
That one definitely missed by a hair. It was right there on that outside, the black part of the plate, but just missed it.
Greeno with now his 3-0 pitch on the way. That's a good bounce back. It'll find its mark in the zone. 3-1.
That was a good bounce back pitch there. I mean, that first one, the previous one was a 50-50, and you know that was very good attack the other side, but a good call there from the umpire.
3-1 with 2 down. Greeno gets the sign from Tristan Byer that he likes. Into his windup and pitch. Off speed in there. BEA beautiful from 1. Landon Greeno, he's worked it back full 3-2.
That was a good curveball in there. I mean, that release point was perfect. The snap of the wrist and got that ball to move.
Can he do it? 3-2. Swing and a miss. The inning comes to an end. 1, 2, 3 for Landon Greeno. 2 straight strikeouts. We're heading to the top of the 6th. Nationals still comfortably leading this one 10-5 when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Hannah is at the library, and she brought Runza onion rings.
They're very crunchy, and crunchy is loud.
That's the double-dipped breading talking. Maybe they'd be quieter if you dipped them in Runza's onion ring dip.
Wait, they have onion ring dip?
They do. Make some noise for Runza's homemade onion rings and dip. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
This is Kurt Carter with Red Willow Chemical. Red Willow Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your crop protection needs. We sell and support products from top manufacturers like Bayer, BASF, Syngenta, Corteva, and FMC. Call me today, 308-340-7751. Visit us online at rwchemical.com to check out all your options and make sure you're getting the right products to optimize yield.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Ogallala. It's currently at the moment a 10-5 ball game. Jesse Ortega on the mound here, coming in again last half inning. Had a quick little inning of work after one run did come across for the Nationals to come up 10-5. Hey, thank you to our sponsors in today's game. It's going to be Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. He's been helping Nebraska families, farmers, and businesses for more than 50 years, as well as, of course, our premier video sponsor, Allo Communications. Allo has packages that let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone online at allofiber.com. Ty Robinson's up to bat. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. In his last 4 plate appearances, he's been hit by 3 pitches. That's right, 3 pitches out of his last 4 have hit him right on the back, as it's currently a 2-0 hole into Robinson from Ortega. Turned on and fouled right back to the mountain behind us. It's 2-1.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this facility, for folks who haven't been out here, you mentioned mountain, it's hill behind it.
Sorry, hill.
The ballpark's down it's like down in a ravine, essentially, it seems like.
2-1. Hey! How make that out of his last 5 at-bats. Now he's been hit by 4 pitches. Ty Robinson really is just a machine when it comes to getting hit by pitches these last couple of games. That's 4 times now, and I don't even think he's doing anything wrong to do it, and just keep getting hit.
He's just doing his job, standing there. At least he's taking it. It's a free base. It's a free base.
Unbelievable. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he just screams, making his way to first base, begging, please stop hitting me. As Dean McIntyre comes up to bat, and he swings and misses for strike number 1 against Ortega.
Yeah,
oh, there's a dribble. It's going to get on over to short. Curtis steps on the back. Going to throw to first in time. So there's the double play. And there's 2 down in this inning.
Yeah, quick. First, we see the hit by pitch, but then there's your quick double play there to give us a quick 2 outs here.
So now Race Morkey comes up to bat. He sacrificed, flew out to right field in his last plate appearance to Michael Redden. And now with nobody on and 2 outs, let's see what kind of damage he can do. The Nationals leading by 5, 10-5. Pitch way up in the zone. Ball 1 to Morkey from Jesse Ortega. Here in this top of the 6th, Nationals lead 10-5, 10 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, compared to 5 runs on 6 hit, 3 errors for Ogallala. Second ball be pitched in for Ortega. 2-0 now to Morkey. Down low, ball 3, so quick 3-0 count into the Race Morkey.
Yeah, just put the shoulder in your bats and just let him throw one to you right here. It'd be the best option.
You might be seeing Dean McIntyre warming up in the pitching department here for the Nationals, as that pitch is outside ball 4. 4-pitch walk from Ortega, and Morkey will take his place on first base. As now up comes Tristan Byer. He's 1 for 3 today, singled in his first plate appearance, struck out swinging in his second, and then grounded out in his third.
Good opportunity right here. I'm going to try to just put the ball in play here. It's been a great game so far for this FNBO Nationals program.
First pitch. Going to be a pickoff attempt on over at first, gets Morkey back. And it is going to be Dean McIntyre warming up. I believe this is the first outing for McIntyre on the mound this season for the senior squad, As that pitch is in there, ball 1.
He actually threw in the game I did with you.
Oh, did he now?
Yes.
Okay, well, scratch that. His second appearance here on the mound for the Nationals. Of course, has pitched many games at the junior Legion level, and now getting another chance here as a freshman, man. He's got some he's probably one of the best pitchers when it comes to velocity on the roster, and with just raw strength, can hit a home run in McCook in this third game of the season as that pitch bounces back in the zone to Beyer, 1-1.
I remember him pitching. It was against Holdridge, and he...
As me, another pickoff attempt will get Ray Smorky back.
That was a unique throwback. It looked like... Okay, yeah.
So I'd say it was a weird one, we'll say. 1-1. Ooh, that's high. There's ball 2 from Jesse Ortega. It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, finishing by Dean McIntyre. I remember I made a comment that he sandbagged his throw, and I was like, his motion, he threw heat, and I was surprised.
That's going to bounce right off the back of Beyer, so he'll now take another waltz on over to first. That's the second hit by a pitch this inning by Jesse Ortega. He hit Ty Robinson first time about, and now hits Tristan Beyer as Ty Benson has gotten up a little bit. Again, Ortega might have, the plan probably was to have Ortega go the rest of the way, but so far, hitting 2 batters, probably not what you like to see.
Oh, definitely 100%. I mean, hitting 2 batters is always tough. You only got 2 more chances less unless you can tie it down by 5 here as we're here in the top of 6.
2 runners on. At second, it's Morkey. Beyer at first with, again, Andrew Brocious up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. Walked his first plate appearance, struck out swinging in the second, and reached on an error in his third. Would love again to record an actual hit here to get out of a little bit of a hitting slump as Ortega's pitch into Brocious is there in the strike zone, 1-1. And what not a better time to get out of that slump here than maybe scoring a run. The 1-1. So you look to lay the bunt down again, but pulls back, ball 2. And one of those surprise bunt players. And with the speed that's on the pad right now, wouldn't shock me if he keeps trying that bunt.
You know, small ball is always very key if you can get that conquered. And learning about this FNBO team, they do a great job playing the small ball.
They do. 2-1 is swung on by Brocious and fouled back to the hill, not the mountain. Well, maybe here in Nebraska, this hill might be a mountain in their general term. But 2-2 now with 2 outs, 2 runners on. And we're just 2-2 and 2's about. As Ortega will love to get the final out here against Beyer and head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still trailing, though, by 5 as he sets and fires. Swung on and foul back to the netting. Another good swing from Brocious to keep the at-bat alive. Maybe if he got it a little early, a little higher, might have gone on with a hit. 2-2 now to Brocious. Ty Hanneborg is on deck with Blake Seiler in the hole for the Nationals. Ortega sets and fires. Turned on a little bouncer, going to get it on into the bag, and just barely stepping on it there. Cole Stokey will do so, and just like that, the inning will come to the end. The Nationals did have 2 on, but couldn't get anything going. We're going to head now to the bottom of the 6th inning with FNBO Nationals leading 10-5 when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
We're now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals still leading 10-5 here over Ogallala. Dean McIntyre was warming up in the bullpen for the Nationals here. If Landon Greeno can't go the rest of this inning, we'll probably see McIntyre in the bottom of the 7th. Our bottom of the 6th, though, is brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. First batter that will be seen for one Landon Greeno here in this bottom of the sixth, Jaden Curtis. So for 3 today. He flew out in his first plate appearance to left, flew out to center field, but did reach on an error in his third plate appearance.
He did. I mean, we were joking with him his last at bat to try to fly out to right field.
Still got an opportunity right here to fly out to right field. So buy your stock right now. Buy. Here comes the first pitch from Greeno. Oh, just a bit down low, ball one. Hey, thank you. I don't want to cut you off there. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. That'll be one Kevin McGann of the Fortifying Group. Check out his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as Willow Creek Embroidery. Skied up and on over to right field. Zyler's going to get under it. Drifting, and he will get there and glove it for out number 1. Again, thank you to Willow Creek Embroidery, new locations, new owner. Check out Robert and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. But 1 up, 1 down here for Caden Rezak. He is 2 for 3 today, one of the better shining stars for Ogallala in this game. Singled in his first plate appearance, struck out swinging in his second, and singled in his third. Here up against Greeno, he delivers. That one, chopper up in the air, Hannibal gets there to glove it. That's now 2 up. 2 down for Landon Greeno here. He's throwing a total of 2 pitches this inning, and he's already got 2 downs at this point.
2 pitches. Get 1 more in there.
Well, it's the scariest one. It's Ian Shaw, 3 for 3 today with a single and 2 doubles to his name.
Yeah, Ian Shaw has been one of those young men out there who's been hitting the ball very well. He can hit it right in the gap, and he's got two baggers and a single so far, your name, like you mentioned, and his name.
And still on that trek for that that cycle. And his next pitch from Landon Greeno's in the dirt. Ball number 1 to Shaw. So it's now a 1-0 count. Following Shaw, was going to be Aiden Halligan. And then now Max Mueller. Next pitch absolutely smoked to left field. It's high, it's going, and it is absolutely gone. And you were going to say that was going to happen because he's been hitting out to left field all day, and he absolutely smushed that one out of this park. And now just like that, it's a 10-6 lead for the Nationals.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter the second it came off the bat. I mean, it hit, you looked up, and it was like, man, you knew it was gone. 2 home runs we've seen down at that left field line, but Ian Shaw, it was bound to happen. He's been showing his power, 2 doubles and a single. Now add a solo shot home run to his name. Great hit there from Ian Shaw.
So with that, now up to bat comes this is going to be Aiden Halligan. He's 0 for 3 today. Struck out swinging his first plate appearance and then rounded out in his next 2. It's going to be tough to follow up Ian Shaw after that home run. And with an 0-3 day, he's not looking to go 0-4. Would love to find at least 1 hit here in this game. As Reno's pitch is outside, ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Here in this bottom of the 6th inning. After this, Ogallala will have 1 more chance to put runs together. The 1-0. Crushed out to center field. Back at it going. Brocia still going. He's going to get over his head and going to go to the fence line. So Halligan's going to have himself maybe a triple. He's going to get on over to second and hold up there. So stand-up double for Aiden Halligan. And Ogallala now starting to find some energy here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, you made a comment how it said it'd be hard to, for Halligan, I couldn't say his name for a second, for Halligan to try to, top that one. Granted, he did a home run, but that's a double right there.
Well, he almost hit it to straightaway center there. That's 370 at that mark. So if got a little bit more wind to help push his way, maybe he could have topped that.
Probably hit that one about 360 when it hit the ground.
Yeah, basically 360 when it basically got right to the fence line, right underneath it. So Tristan Byer going to come out and talk with Greeno, give him a little bit of a breather and get him to calm down a little bit. And now we'll be facing off Max Mueller. He's 1 for 2 today, singled in his first plate appearance, was hit by a pitch in his second, then flew out in his third for Ogallala. Following Mueller, Colton Knipsel, then Cole Stokey. Greeno again with those quick 2 up, 2 down, and these last 2 hitters have given him extra base hits, one of them a home run. As he now gets the sign from Byer and will look for his first pitch in 2-1, Max Mueller. That one reached on over, and he'll get into left field for a base hit. Halligan, they're going to bring him on home, it looked like. Nope, they're going to pull him up. So with that single, we now have runners at the corners for Ogallala. They're still starting to pour the runs in here. We'll see if head coach Ricky Holmes, and yep, they're going to go out and have a talk with Landon Greeno, and that might actually do it for Landon Greeno.
Yep, that's his second visit, I believe.
So Greeno will be done here for today's game, as it'll be Dean McIntyre that will be taking over. McIntyre is out in left field.
I could be wrong. I thought it was the second time.
Might have been to, who was the other pitcher that took over for, probably could have been the Yonkers when they came out there.
Maybe I was wrong. I think it was kind of close in between when Yonkers towards the end of his and the
transition over to Landon Greeno. So
never mind, I was wrong. That's my apologies.
So Greeno gonna still be on the mound. Again, this would be. I was assuming the Nationals any which way were going to go to a new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th inning when we get there. But Greeno focusing now on Colton Knipsel, who's 1 for 3, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, doubled in his second, then grounded out in his third. It's still a 4-run lead for the Nationals here in this bottom of the 6th, leading 10-6. They just need one more out though, and that's kind of been the thing for the Nationals and every other team here in North Platte, struggling sometimes to find that last out. Tight inside, ball 1.
Yeah, we're going to see Colton Knipsel here at the plate, and so far 1 for 3, but he has an RBI double in his name in the bottom half of that 3rd inning early in this contest.
Can he add another one to his name? It's a 1-0 count from Greeno. He delivers. That one in the zone, strike 1 at the knees. It's 1-1 the count now.
Good low pitch there. I mean, we've seen the last couple low pitches for Ogallala. That's what they've been driving, but you know, it kind of caught Knipsel off pace right there. It looked like he was expecting something a little bit higher.
So Greeno now with his 1-1 count, looking again for a ground out to end this inning. There goes the runner, and we're caught in a little bit of a pickle. Can he get to second in time? It will not, and the throw home not going to be in time. So, it's going to bounce off of Byers' face. As Byers on the floor after taking a ball, a bouncer was coming back to home off the ground, right into his face. Oh, good heavens, that's not what you like to see again. One of those players then, one of the senior guys taking a ball right off in the last game here. Not what you're wanting to see. Max Mueller makes his way to second on the stolen base, and Halligan got home on the stolen base, so another run comes across. But now the question, the more pressing question is, how is Tristan Byer? Taking a little bit to walk, and seems to be he's okay. Didn't take it straight off of the face, took a bounce and lost some energy on the ground, and then just rebounded, unfortunately, right onto the cheek.
Yeah, it was one of those where the runner took off to second, and when the runner took off second, the runner here at third was kind of hesitant. Well, he took off once that ball made it, and I think it was one of those where Byer was watching the third. He just turned at the last moment. That ball bounced and bam. But it's great that he'll be staying in the contest here.
As we're ready to rock and roll, as everybody gives the approval that Byer can still rock and roll. And Knipsel still at a 1-1 count now. It's 10-7, so it's only a 3-run lead now for the Nationals as Greeno delivers. Good bounce back pitch in there. It's now 1-2, so Greeno looking for that last strike and the last out to end this inning to only give up 2 runs. Oh, a runner at third base being Max Mueller. The 1-2. Curveball, it's in there, strike 3, down goes Knipsel, and with that, we're heading to the top of the 7th inning. The Nationals still hold on to this lead. It's 10-7 when we come back here to Ogallala. It is on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you ready to make a lasting impression? It's time to embrace distinction and stand out from the crowd. Willow Creek Embroidery, your go-to destination for exceptional personalization. They specialize in awards and trophies. Whether you're recognizing achievements in sports, academics, or business, they have a wide selection to honor the best of the best. Visit them today at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. Discover the exceptional personalization that sets you apart. Willow Creek Embroidery in North Platte.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup Preschool or Kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ogallala. Nationals leading now 10-7. 2 runs did come across in the bottom of the 6th for Ogallala last time about. Jesse Ortega still on the mound with Ty Hanneborg up to bat. 1 for 3 today with a single, a strikeout, and then a ground out bunt. 2-1 Jesse Ortega. And thank you again to our sponsors here in this top of the 7th. Kevin McGann with Fortify Rib. You can check out his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. And as well, thank you to Wicked Fast. Are you looking for a fuel stop that's wicked fast and easy to use? Then head over to Wicked Fast, the most advanced gas station in town, conveniently located across from the Do It Center in North Platte. It's now a 2-0 count into Ty Hanneborg after he fouls that one out. Would love to get on here with another hit to go 2 for 3 today. He gets set. Ortega delivers. Off speed. Ooh, too low. Ball number 1.
Good movement on that pitch for Ortega. And just threw that one just a little low, and Hanneborg did not want to budge on it, but that was a great selection pitch right there for Ortega.
1-2 as Ortega will get the sign from his catcher Ian Shaw and deliver that payoff pitch. Whoa, that one just too low. There's ball 2. It's 2-2 now.
Yeah, that one just missed it, but that was a good off-speed pitch. It looked like it was a good curveball. I mean, it was a little slowed it down, but that was a good rotation on that ball right there.
2-2. Here the count as Ortega fires away. That one, slow grounder. It gets into center field. There's 2 hits for Ty Hanneborg today. Another strong game for Hanneborg as he gets on here with nobody out in this top of the 7th at first.
Great job there. Just a single up the middle. His second single of the contest. Here's his first one. Came in that first inning. Was an RBI single. Kind of went on a slump his next 2 at-bats, but hey, good bounce back there to go 2 for 4 so far in this contest.
2 for 4 for Ty Hanneborg. Zeiler looking for his first hit today to go 1 for 3. He flew out in his first plate appearance, struck out looking in his second, and then was hit by a pitch in his third. As Ortega looking for his first pitch into Zeiler. There goes Ty Hanneborg. He stumbled a little bit. The throw to second will be in plenty of time, and there goes down Ty Hanneborg. Stumbled out of the starting gates, and that probably didn't help him as he made his way to second and got tagged out.
Yeah, it was one of those. Just it was a bad jump, and it's like you said, he did stumble on, and sometimes it's you get your mindset, and it's like when you take off, it's like
gotta go for it.
Gotta go. And just one of those quick split decisions there, and got the little stumble. Unfortunately, couldn't get there.
1-0 to Zeiler will make that 1-1 as Ortega bounces back.
Give credit to Ian Shaw behind the plate. I believe he's gunned out a couple runners tonight. Yep. He's doing a good job. I mean, he's a left-handed catcher. Don't see many of those, but doing his part there, getting the ball down to second.
1-1. Pops sky high, drifting on over to right, but it'll fall out of play foul. It's now 1-2 to Zeiler. Again, coming in here, trying to get onto a little bit of a hitting momentum, as we noted, missed a big chunk of the season with a hand injury, and now coming on here in the last 2/3 of this season, looking to, or last 1/3, excuse me, trying to find his way into some rhythm. 1-2 as Ortega fires. Off speed of the letters. Oh, just outside. There's ball 2.
That was another close. We've seen so many close ones right in that zone, and unfortunately just did not go in the favor of Ortega on that one.
2-2 from Jesse Ortega to Blaze Zeiler. Oh, there was a quick pitch, but that's down low, ball 3. Don't really know if that was the best decision for Jesse Ortega, but now it's 3-2.
I understand the mindset. Let's go the quick pitch to throw him off, but you don't usually
see that as that's rocking in. Fair down the third base side. Zeiler's got that speed. He's turning first. He's gunning for second. There he goes. Oh, but it got just a little too aggressive, and he is out at second as the speedster tried to push it. Again, don't blame him. He's got that blazing speed, no pun intended, but kind of bitten him in the rear end that time.
Yeah, just got around, but hey, showing the effort, though, trying to show the wheels there. But kind of want to finish my thought. Usually you don't throw a quick pitch in a windup. I think that's kind of what caught Ortega off guard there. But hey, great hit. Unfortunately, they just could not make it the second time.
He tried really hard. I don't blame him for it. Here's Jordan Yonkers 0 for 2 today. He got on an error in his first plate appearance, then got out with a bunt in his second. Takes a big swing on the fastball behind 0-1. Following Yonkers, it's going to be Landon Greeno, then Ty Robinson if we get there, as that pitch is down low, ball 1. Can we make it? Another hit by pitch for Ty Robinson if we get there. Man's just a machine for him. The 1-1 count. Ooh, that's tied inside. There's ball 2 to Yonkers. 2-1. Warming up in the bullpen looks to be Andrew Brocious for the Nationals, I think. Or it could be Caden Johnson. It looks like that's Brocious' 8. That pitch down low, ball 3.
It's always tough to see numbers.
Oh, well, I'm blind. Oh, it's Johnson who's warming up in the bullpen for the Nationals. 3-1 pitch. Tied inside, ball 4, and over to first goes Yonkers with the walk. So now here comes up to bat Landon Greeno. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance and grounded out in his second. He has a runner at first being Yonkers. And 2 down in the top of the 7th. Nationals still lead by 3, 10-7. As Ortega will take his glance at Yonkers at first and deliver. And at the letters, too high, ball 1.
One thing I've kind of noticed from Ortega since we saw him start his pitching appearance earlier, or not long ago, is he doesn't do his windup. He's been...
Continue on?
Yeah, make sure you say your thing there, but pick off 10. But he's doing quick pitches because you know, North Platte's been stealing a lot.
1-0, on the knees, ball 2. 2-0 the count.
The only tough part is when you quick pitch, sometimes when you're not getting your... Because a lot of times when you're aiming, you're going to use your front leg, and that can be the tough part sometimes doing a quick pitch.
Here's the 2-0, turned on, slow roller, gloved up on the side by Curtis. The throw to first in time, and that's how this inning will come to an end for the Nationals. Had some opportunities, got 2 down quickly, and now we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last opportunity for Ogallala in this ball game. They've trailed by 3, 10-7. When we come back here, Caden Johnson will be on the mound on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ogallala. Nationals with a 3-run lead, 10-7, as Caden Johnson takes them out for a second straight day. Saw him yesterday pitch just a couple of pitches in the game against Lincoln North Star, and now here we'll go for another save, this time facing off against Cole Stokey, who's 0 for 1 today with 2 walks and a flyout in his last plate appearance. And still on there for the Nationals is Tristan Byer, taking the baseball to the face. Just a little bouncer, he's okay. But thank you to our sponsors here for today's game. Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Alongside Lindemeyer Law. Call Lindemeyer Law for all your legal needs. Attorneys Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikekirk, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and Victoria Hervey and Natalie Hoffman have you covered. Call Lindemeyer Law, 534-6740, as Johnson now winds up to take the first pitch against Stokey. It's too high, ball 1.
Yeah, from what I've learned throughout my short time in North Platte, this is your flamethrower closer right here.
One of your flamethrower closers, Johnson being the other one, as that one skied up into the air, getting underneath it. Ty Hannibal calls it off, and he'll glove it for out number 1. Again, don't really see Johnson here in the closing position too many times because of how valuable he is out in center field, but anytime he does come on the pitch, he does have himself a couple of good at-bats, or good pitches, excuse me, as that's one pitch, and that's skied up for out number 1. Now brings up Jesse Ortega. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance as Johnson ready to rock and roll, looking for another quick out number 2. Check swing. There, I say he went around. That's ball 1 down low.
And that was a close one there, but Ortega did a great job just keeping that barrel from crossing the plane, but it was so close to crossing.
1-0. That's another one tied inside ball 2. You know, Ortega has a couple of times today where he's been oh so close to putting the full swing on, but has put the brakes just on a perfect timing. And now it's a 2-0 count from Joni to Jesse Ortega. As he sets and fires that 2-0 pitch. That one rocketed into left field for a base hit, so Ortega will get on with 1 out now. And here comes up to bat here for the side of Ogallala, Michael Redden with the runner on at first and the game-tying run on deck at Jaden Curtis.
Yeah, you got your 9-hole hitter here. If you get him on base, and you got your top of the lineup, or I mean, you're gonna, unless you get a double play ball here, you're gonna go with your number 1 hitter, which is gonna be on deck. That's Jaden Curtis. But Curtis really hasn't done a whole lot in the field. He did fly out to everyone in the outfield, by the way.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
He did it. Well, it's after Curtis where things get
Yes.
interesting with Rezak and then Ian Shaw for Ogallala. So at first is Jesse Ortega. Redden 0 for 1 today with 2 walks and a strikeout. Johnson's pitched too high. There's ball number 1. Of course, as you remember, Shaw hit that solo home run about an inning ago. Helped Ogallala cut the lead down, and now it's 10-7. As Joni sets and fires. That big old swing and a miss from Redden. Strike number 1. It's 1-1 the count now.
Actually, looks like Josh Christensen is pinch hitting right now, number 7 out there.
Oh, correction, sorry. It's Josh Christensen. Didn't see that number change. I apologize. It's 1-1 with 1 out to Christensen, subbing in for Redden. Pitch. Ooh, that's down low tight. There's ball 2, 2-1.
I saw the 7 when he did his first swing, like, wait a minute, that's not 4.
Wait a minute, that's not number 4. You know, maybe number 4's morphed into 7 these days, but it's 2-1 the count now from Joni to Josh Christensen again. Ortega at first. Not looking like he's going to steal. That one driven to center. Back at it goes Brocious. Gets under it, gloves it for out number 2. And it seems like Ortega's not really getting any leadoff to attempt to steal, so he's just going to stay complacent at second. And here comes the potential last out of this ball game. 0 for 4 from one Jaden Curtis today. Flew out in his first 2 appearances to center and then left field. Errored in his second to get on and then flew out to Blaze Eiler and right. So he's 0 for 4 with 2 down. Still runner at first, Jesse Ortega. Very short leadoff, so not really expecting him to take off. The first pitch. Oh, good. That's a dirty off speed, and it gets in there. Strike 1.
Yeah, I think for Jaden Curtis here, I mean, it's a good pitch, but I think he's got the sign from Coach Ben saying, hey, take your first pitch and then rock and roll if it's there.
And he took a nasty first pitch though from one Joni. It's 0-1. Caden Johnson's pitch that time. Second one too high. It's 1-1 now. Taking it first, following Ortega, or following Curtis, excuse me. It's Rezak then Shaw. So the real scary part of the order for Ogallala. Johnson with his 1-1 and 2 down will fire into Curtis. Driven out to left, absolutely smothered. It's going to fall at the wall, so that might advance both runners up to third and second. So, that's a double from Curtis. And here comes up to plate. That's going to be Caden Rezak. And now Rezak an opportunity to win this game right. Well, not win this game, tie this game right here. The tying run up to bat. He's 2 for 4, 2 singles, strikeout, and a flyout in his appearances.
Yeah, that was going back to Curtis there. He rocketed that one. I mean, it hit the wall. Hit one. I believe it was the Aloe
Still
sign.
still that left field wall,
Yep.
man. It's getting its action today.
But yeah, you got a good hitter here in Caden Rezak. Rezak's only got a single in his name so far, but it was a well hit. If he can get on base, and that brings up Ian Shaw, who's on deck, who
hit
the
that
home run.
hit that solo home run last inning for Ogallala. That's what's making things pretty scary here. As Joni looking for his last out of this inning, delivers. Ooh, that pitch down low, going to sneak away from Tristan Byer, but not going to advance any of the runners. It's 1-0 the count now.
I think you're in this situation when it comes to runners on the base path. Unless it's there, you've got to stay him on the bag.
1-0 is the count from Caden Johnson, trying to deliver it into Rezak, who's 2 for 4. The pitch. In there, strike number 1. That one just barely skirting the outside part, but it gets in 1-1.
Yeah, Byer, he did a great job as a frame there, but did a great job framing that one there. from that fastball.
1-1. Slow grounder on over. Yonkers gloves it. The throw to first. It's in time. The Nationals pick up the victory here today with the reserves. Even though the Nationals starting squad started off this game with an absolute banger, putting up 7 runs against Ogallala, it was the reserves that came in and finished this game for them. They win 10-7. They're now 29-18 on the year, finishing the regular season 11 games over 500, having their best season so far in quite some time. It's now time, though, for the Quick Stop post-game show. When we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, as always, on NorthPlattePost.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Looking for a fuel stop that goes above and beyond? Well, look no further. Wicked Fast in North Platte is here to take your refueling experience to new heights. Jennifer and the crew at Wicked Fast believe that exceptional service makes all the difference. But they're not just about fueling your vehicle. If you're feeling hungry, grab a snack or drink at Wicked Fast on North Highway 83 in North Platte. Conveniently located across the street from Dewitt Center. And have you downloaded the MyPhillips 66 app yet? You're missing out on amazing savings that'll make your gas bills much easier on your wallet.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
CT Computer Services of North Platte has laptops for under $300 now in stock. If your computer is running slow, it probably needs a tune-up. Take it to CT Computer Services. The basic tune-up price is only $50 and save more on Tune-Up Tuesdays. CT Computer Services sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops, and they have laptops for under $300 in stock now. See your IT guys at 905 South Willow or give them a call. 534-3628.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ogallala. Nationals eke out the victory 10-7 here against Ogallala. They now move to 29-17 on the year, finishing 11 games above 500. And what a game this was, Cannon. I mean, you've chosen some absolute bangers against Ogallala, and what not a better way, again, as we talked about. Cannon Rath here on Flat Rock 100.7 will be following the Ogallala American Legion baseball team all throughout their postseason run through districts. Man, take me through today what impressed you so much about this national squad.
Oh, what impressed me is the fact that in that first inning, actually, I'm going to go back to when we were in the car when you said that Ogallala struck first and scored 3 in that very first game back on the very first game of the season in May, and then they battled back to put 4. What amazed me is that the fact that they put up 7, they build off the heirs of Ogallala. They also put the ball in play. They did a great job there. But I think the other thing that impressed me was the younger core stepping up. You know, it's one of those situations where you think about it, it's like, yes, it was 7-1 in the lead, kind of condensed down. However, you have younger players like your freshman and sophomore in high school going against kids who are, going to be juniors, seniors, but also have graduated, and those kids did really well out there. Those younger players for FNBO Nationals did a great job, sticking up and playing in that role and stepping up when they need to be.
And again, this is the last game of the season for this national squad. They canceled the Shadron game later this week. So, again, really, if they kept the starters in, I would assume this would have been a run rule by the third inning with how powerful they were playing. And then you see the reserves come on and play just the same part of that game as well. You love to see everything go the way of this Nationals squad. As here comes head coach Ricky Holmes, as I see her. So, Ken, I'm going to have to boot you off the mic when he gets here, which is the saddest thing. I know we're all going to miss you.
That's okay.
We're going to miss everything that you do, but you'll be here again next week for Ogallala, which is actually quite exciting to see get that Ogallala district play underway as Here comes head coach Ricky Holmes, and oh, here he comes. I see him out there. I see that, Mr. Easton Jones making his way up here, and head coach Ricky Holmes coming in. Man, what a crazy game this has been today here. And of course, let's just start it off with probably the most feel-good, only type of Rider story you can make up in all of the land. Easton Jones getting one swing in here today. Again, as we all know, not playing all this season with a knee injury, and Solo Moon hits that sucker all the way out into the nether realm in left field, and you couldn't have asked for a better at bat and just a better way to essentially cap off the season here before we get into district play.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really write anything better than that. That's something, if we can get that to Sports Center or something, that should be a moment that goes viral. Easton Jones is a guy last couple years had some bad luck with injuries and hasn't been able to be on the field as much as possible, but comes to every game locked in the dugout, doing charts, helping the guys win. So for someone like that, it's kind of an easy call to kind of give him an at-bat, even, just to kind of say, hey, I appreciate you and what you've kind of done for the team this year, even though you haven't been able to play. And yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Good thing I had the sunglasses on, because there might have been a tear or two out there, which for me, that's pretty serious for something like that. So, I mean, it was goosebumps, it was chills, it was everything. It was an awesome moment for Easton.
Again, as you talk about it, it's been a tough couple of years here for Easton. Of course, we know started last year, pitched the first game against Ogallala for that comeback victory, and then missed the rest of the season with a knee injury, and then same thing happened on the other knee this year. So it's just a bad string of luck. But how important is it to not only have him on the team, but players like him that do the little things behind the scenes that help contribute to this team and their overall success?
Yeah, absolutely huge. I would put Easton, if he's not the smartest, he's top 2 or 3 baseball IQ-wise smartest guys in the dugout. So even if you're not playing, you can help your team win in different aspects. Me personally went through a bunch of injuries in my college career, and then by the end of it was a PO. So I was either sitting out whole years, or I was only playing once a week. So I know exactly where he's coming from, and wanting to do anything that you could to be out there on the field, but not being able to. So still trying to just do whatever you can to help the team win. And I give all the credit to Easton, because there's a lot of guys that wouldn't be around the team and say, hey, we'll just see you next year when I'm healthy. It's a grind, going to all these tournaments on the road, especially coming back from a knee injury, and always going to be a little sore kind of, but it was just an awesome moment for him, and I really appreciate everything he's done this year in the dugout for us.
Yeah, but this game itself was just a tale of 2 games. Of course, had the starters coming in, man, they picked off right where they left off in their winning ways as well on the mound, just absolutely putting them down 7 runs in that top of the first. It looked like they didn't skip a beat coming out of the Kearney Hastings tournament.
Yeah, definitely peaking at the right time. Wanted to get in here. Our goal today was to get a dub and get out of here with no injuries. So once we kind of put up a number there, it was kind of twofold of getting some of those main guys out and kind of protecting them, and then also getting some of the other guys some reps and give them a chance to kind of earn some innings moving forward, whether it be this year or going into next season. But yeah, definitely building off of that tournament there in Kearney Hastings, going 3-1. We had a goal going into these last 8 games to go 6-2, and that's what we finished. So definitely going in on a high note here. Going to have a couple practices, just working on some very specific things that I think we need to tighten up before districts start. But looking forward to the opportunity here. Districts is definitely wide open. It could be anybody's game. So just going to go out there. We know if we play our game, we could beat anybody. If we don't, we could lose to anybody. So that's kind of comfortable to know that, as long as we show up and take care of what we can take care of, we got a shot against anybody.
All right, Coach, I'm excited to see you here in Grand Island. Let's bring up the man, the myth, the legend himself, Easton Jones. I've seen you all season out there, and it pains me because, of course, I saw you last year. You're the very first game of my American Legion career, and you put on quite a banger against Ogallala, and then to hear that, unfortunately, you're out the rest of the season with a knee injury, and the same thing happened here. Mentally, it must have been so tough to have to, again, for another year, just sit on the sideline. But a shining opportunity here, and by golly, you took advantage of it, smashing one to left field. I mean, take me through the moment. What were you looking for on that pitch, and when you finally saw it go the distance, what was your very first thoughts and reactions?
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get an AB today, but, Coach, what he said, I've been riding with the guys all year long, so he said, why not pay something back to you? 9-hole sitting, dead red fastball. He threw me two balls high, first AB, so I knew he was coming right at me with another one. Just happened to get a hold of it, and it's just a miracle, to be honest.
It didn't look like a miracle. I mean, that sucker went yard, and it just kept traveling out there in left field. And Coach talked about all the little things. And when you went down with that, the second knee injury, and you knew your season was over, what were some of the things you were looking to do to continue and help this team not only make advances, but also for you to do more things and maybe advance your own baseball game just behind the scenes?
Yeah, obviously that's not what you want to happen, facing these injuries that I have, but, you just got to make the most out of everything. These guys in this dugout with me, I mean, they mean so much more than anyone could ever imagine. I mean, they're not my teammates, or they are my teammates, but they're my brothers too. And so just doing anything I can to help them win and pass my knowledge onto them. Some of the new guys in the squad just taking advantage of every little thing. I mean, I'm not on the field, but I'm watching Coach, what he's calling, I mean, how our players are doing that, and just taking any little advice and stuff I can get.
And I think that's what's just so big about not only keeping the positive mental of the team in the dugout, but many people could look at what happened and be like, oh my gosh, two straight knee injuries to different knees in back-to-back years. You'd think you'd be, of course, you probably were heartbroken. You probably were, but you kept that head so held high and have not only pushed this team, but also pushed yourself to do new things and really evolve your baseball game behind the scenes. It only will make coming back when you are fully healthy even that much more deadly, because we saw perfectly, for example, right here, what it's going to look like next season when you come up to bat for the first time. And I mean, if we're going to see that at Bill Wood, I'm going to put all of my money on the stock for the Jones hype train. But Districts is up here around the corner, and you guys are peaking at the right time when teams that are just as good, like Kearney and Grand Island, are kind of faltering. So what does it feel like kind of in the locker room right at the moment, specifically now that you've finished the season 11 games above 500, probably one of your best as a team overall seasons in a long time, man? We're telling you, morale must be so high.
Yeah, it feels really good to know that we're playing a good baseball right now. I mean, ever since Hastings ended our season last year, we've had the motto to just go win the district championship for once. Quit letting these other schools beat up on us. Like we've said all year, this is ours, this is ours. So when we know we can beat really good teams such as like Cheyenne, Idaho Falls, but we also know we can lose to really bad teams. So we just got to go out there and play our game and then go for a district championship and head to state. I
would love to hear that. Again, going to be in Grand Island this weekend, starting on Friday, 4 o'clock against Grand Island USAVE. Of course, I don't want to jinx us here and talk about how, the USAVE game earlier this season was quite an easy one, 12-0 and 11-0. But, is it kind of good to maybe start with the team you've already seen and really blew them out of the water to start your tournament? Because we all know, I hate to bring it up, but, not Duncan Field, but Hastings used to be that kind of bugaboo for this team, and it's just down the road, so Grand Island might be a little bit of the same type of bugaboo place.
Yeah, it was very nice to know that. I mean, they came into our place, we beat them twice, but, we just got to have the mentality, one game at a time. We can lose to anybody, we can beat anybody, so we got to go in there with, we're playing like a team like Hastings, so nothing bad happens. So we just take care of our business and on to the next.
Wonderful, my man. I can't believe it. I'm excited to see, after what I saw today, I'm more excited to see you come back on the field next year and just continue what you're doing, because, man, you were quite a positive bright spot for this team, and man, they're peaking at the right time. So we'll step aside and take a break. When we come back here, Quick Stop post-game show, we will have more here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Larry's Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine team by calling 308-568-7456.
Planning a special event, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN Event Center can handle it all. The DNN Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the DNN Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
The game's in the books. Time for the post-game show on FM 98.1 and online at northplatte.post.com.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ogallala. Nationals pick up the victory 10-7. It was kind of a game of two different games, it felt like. Nationals started off with 7 runs in that top of the first, with the starters absolutely decimating poor Jaden Curtis at every opportunity they could. And then from that point on, the reserves came on, and they put up quite a measure themselves, putting together 3 runs, which is versus a team like Ogallala that's 17-8 on the year, which could win its own district. That's pretty good for some reserve players that have just seen limited action here for side of the Nationals. Let's go through a little bit of a game breakdown here. In the top of the first inning, 7 runs came across, including just with a little cherry on top, Easton Jones' home run to left field, which was a no-doubter from the moment it left his bat. And the Nationals put up 7 in that first. 1 run did come across in the bottom of the first for Ogallala, but the Nationals bounced back with another run in the top of the second. Another run came across in the bottom of the third for Ogallala to make it 8-2 before things started to get a little funky here in this game. Nationals picked up a run in the top of the fourth and the top of the fifth, but gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth, 2 in the bottom of the sixth before they closed it down in the bottom of the seventh to pick up the 10-7 victory. And again, district starting this week. You couldn't have asked for a better time, not only for the starters and the seniors to really look good, but also know that, hey, if something happens, knock on wood, that this team has great depth to carry it forward.
100%. I mean, that was this is a North Platte team that the seniors show their absolute dominance in the first couple innings. Yes, you put those younger kids in, and Ogallala did a great job in their aspect of my apologies. Ogallala did a great job. It was like we said, they were baby steps to start the game, and they took the big boy steps by the end of the game. So what I was impressed is how well they hanged with that team. With Ogallala, I want to give a shout out. Stokey.
Oh, Cole Stokey.
I blanked on his name. Cole Stokey. I want to give him a shout out. After that first inning, he kind of did. He
shut it down. He
did his part that he needs to do, and overall a great job there. But this is a team. This is a North Platte team. When you move forward, I mean, when you come to districts, if you have someone potentially go hurt, you have the next kid on the bench who's ready to rock and roll.
And and that's what you just love to see is it's next man up. And of course, you never want any injuries to come about, but it's always that next man up mentality. Well, it's time for our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game, and it's so tough because I want to give it to the reserves that came on today. Of course, some unsung guys that haven't seen a lot of attention, like Jordan Yonkers, who doesn't get a pitch or getting to play much. Of course, Ty Handler picking up more at bats here, but it really just has to go to Easton Jones with the one at-bat that he got today, kind of as like a thank you for all the hard work you've put behind the scenes when you really could have checked out mentally for the rest of the year following your second knee injury. Rewarded it with an absolute moonshot out to left field. He is our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. When money matters, talk to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated in North Platte, Nebraska. You can talk to them about all your professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Well, Cannon, it's time we skedoodle on out of here. Our final box score was 10-7. The box score is sponsored by Eeks Office. For copies, furniture, or janitorial supplies, think Eeks. Visit Eeks.com. Of course, Cannon will be back, though, not this weekend, but the next weekend for Ogallala Districts, as he will be taking over this squad coming up for their potential state run. That'll be on Flat Rock 100.7. Well, Cannon Rath will be taking over those opportunities here for Ogallala. I'll, of course, be staying with the Nationals this weekend, and if they, of course, make it to state, which they, of course, have a very, very good chance of doing so. Well, that'll do it for us. I will see you on Friday when the Nationals will be taking on Grand Island U-Save in the first game of the district playoff here in Grand Island. We will see you then here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us.
It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine